I'll just scream whenever Brandon's talking. It'll be great.
Guys!
If you ever want him to not be able to say something about what's going on, just let me know and I'll walk around the green screen and strangle him. That's how you control the story.
Just like, I don't like what's going on. Willow, no!
In Soviet Russia, the players kill the dungeon master. Alright, so I got push to talk enabled, and I think we should be set. It's a good day. What is your guys' theme music? Let's go with East of Tunisia. Alright, welcome to the Ilderon Tales, now with 20% more web camera. Look, I can reach all the way almost to Low Lakes there. I changed my setup. This is the Nobles Saga 1 Episode 11 of their campaign, and we are playing Dungeons and Dragons tonight. It is a role-playing game, and everything you're going to see tonight is live storytelling, and I need to remember that my web camera is now in front of me and not off in the distant corner. If you're under the age of 14 and you're watching this, please stop here and consult your parents before proceeding, because I don't know what content's going to be in this group, but it's likely not going to be appropriate for you. We may have the talk tonight, and that will be fun, weird, interesting, if we do. Otherwise, proceeding forward, what's the other thing we need to go over? We're playing in a homebrewed world. It is the world of Ilderon. You can look right here. In Google search that name. It's also in the title of this video. We have a wiki, we have a website, and you can read about the story on the website, and you can read about the setting on the wiki. It's a pretty cool setting that we've created. And also, if you are tuning into the stream for the first time, I can always read and see the comments you leave on the video once it's done, but if you're tuning in while we're live, it's very difficult for me to read the YouTube live feed, and it's a lot easier for me to interact with you if you join our Discord. So if you look in the link of this video, there is a link for the Discord. Join the Discord, and there's a channel in there called Live Campaign, and if you type here, I can see it and read it and chit chat with you during the session when I'm not busy rolling or managing stuff. So with that, let's jump into Le Recap-a-roni. And I know I said I was going to do this quickly, but I do need to pull up one thing. The day the last session started. Last session started on the 25th of Noble. After getting information from Galesong, the god of storms, the party went to talk with the magnate of Ardorserii and discuss the things that were brought up, specifically mentioning that there was a gemstone that was going to be given to Asuandria, and the stone needed to be found and likely destroyed. And secondly, that the Oathblade that was presented towards Asuandria from the Provincial Lord of Demonstor needs to be addressed as the Provincial Lord is looking for an answer. That revealed that Asuandria and Ariana have not had the talk yet, and romantic matters are still strange for them. Ariana said she would handle the latter, and as the party was getting ready to dismiss, Ariana got a message from the town guards that the diplomats from Red Axe that had been banished outside of the city had disappeared. Investigating where they had gone and what happened to them, she assigned the job to the party the job to a knight, and for the party to assist them, giving the knight a hand in the investigation, and sent Maria with the party in the night to get firsthand experience of what it's like to be a knight. Walking through the streets, the party got to experience what it's like to be tied to the nobility, or rather, the leadership of the country. It is a thankless job, as Jalkin informed the party in less than noble words. From there, the party, after doing some investigation, talked to Aiden, who I've been referring to as Aiden simply, but she informed the party that she was staying with the diplomats overnight, and they got spooked as there is a god in town that they do not like, and they divided up and went into hiding, still lurking about the city for whatever reason they are here. That said, the god that's in town is one of the Meandeth. After doing some more investigation on this matter, the party determined that the what's really important, though, trying to figure out which Meandeth was in town, the party decided to go talk to the Ruby's Shadow. To get a contact in the Ruby's Shadow, they went to talk to Alexander's mom. Alexander's mom was not home. Alexander's mom, Meat, who is a shattered tiefling, was actually being held by the Kalkin. Something has snapped in Meat's mind, and she is not safe to be around the populace. She attacks people and beelines towards the castle. If anybody gets in her way, she doesn't listen to orders, and she doesn't listen to anybody. Until they can determine what's going on with her, they have her locked in a cage for her own protection and everybody else's. After seeing this, the party was unable to do anything to get through to her, and determined that this had to do with her interacting with Asuandria. Heading back to the palace, they found out two things at the castle. One, the Meandeth that was in town is likely Eshius, the trickster god, and two, that the other tiefling who interacted with Asuandria is also obeying Asuandria's orders. They are unsure what this means as far as Asuandria's influence over shattered individuals, but it makes the party uncomfortable to bring it up to her. From there, the party left again to go to the Convocation of Minds that's happening in the Chantry of Harmony and try and find Eshius. Tracking down Eshius, they were able to talk to him, and he did actually approach the party earlier in the campaign. He informed the party that he is inside of Ardor, keeping an eye on the princess. He is loosely aware of the powers she possesses and wants to train her on how to control and use them, but he does not want to do so if the princess is going to be a bad person. In order to gain Eshius's favor, the princess and her companions must complete 3 trials from Eshius in order to determine if she is worthy of being trained. Eshius's reasoning is if he trains her and teaches her how to control the powers that are afforded to her, and she is evil, then he has made the world worse off for everybody. Moving from there, I think that's where we ended. I think
it is where we ended.
Yeah, Eshius gave the party a gemstone that identified that they talked to some important person of Kayak influence, and I believe the party was headed back into the palace.
We had just kind of left Eshius. Like, I don't think we'd actually... I don't even know if we reunited.
Right, because we were about to... I think they were about to try and reunite with Lumelia, Anderson, and Claw as Kenneth, Maria, Stradora, and Alexander were with Mon. And we're just leaving Mon.
Alright, let's time skip. It is sunset of the 25th. The party is heading back into The city proper, hold on, let me look. If Anthony said there was anything he wants to do, like we can do the city proper, because he didn't get a lot of chances last night. No, he didn't say anything. Let's just skip forward to the Palace District. The party is coming up on the Palace Concourse, returning to the castle. I remember there was some discussion about buying a gift before you return to the castle. There would be merchants lining the Palace Concourse, but you could also turn back into the city proper, and I will mark on the map where you guys are at. What do you guys want to do?
Return to my cinnamon bun.
I think what some of us wanted to try and give Aussie a present from, outside the chapel, or get something for her.
Hey, can you guys hear me?
I feel like we should.
I can, Anthony.
How am I sounding?
A little
good.
fuzzy, but enough for me to understand you, so all good.
Alright, well, I'm gonna try this. I still am not gonna even attempt to go onto the site just because it might kill what I got going, but I can at least try to talk.
Yeah, so
Okay.
we are.
Anthony, do you mind going to push to talk? Oh, cool. I see you muted yourself. That's great.
Yeah.
So we're getting a gift for Andrea because my present's apparently not gift enough.
I am the gift.
Wasn't it your idea to get one?
Actually,
No,
no, it
Lemillion.
was.
Lemillion.
I thought it was I thought it was Alexander's.
Might have been. It wasn't me. I can tell you that
I
much.
thought it was mine, but I'm not good at memory.
It's either mine or I stole it from Alexander. One of the two.
I said we should have got her more food.
Oh, okay.
I mean, food can be a gift.
I mean, so what do you guys think? Get her a
Get her
book.
some cinnamon rolls. Because she eats a cinnamon roll. No, we're not going with that.
That isn't actually that bad of an idea, Jackal. Supposedly.
A book's a good idea too. I like it.
Right. It'd be like a blank book,
Yeah.
like a replacement spell book.
Journal?
Well, a journal. I was thinking maybe it could act as her like replacement spell book.
That's a good idea, but you're the one who gets to call credit for it if Raina asks why she has a new spellbook.
Yeah, sure.
Cool, let's do it.
How much does a spellbook cost?
Well, it'll be blank, so I doubt much.
Yeah, I was about to say. I think if it's just a it's literally just like a blank book. It's just got empty pages. It's not much. All the cost goes into filling it.
Right.
So I think we're settled on something that can be used as a spell book.
Yeah.
Oh, push to talk God.
Oh, okay, cool. I forgot that involved me. I was just like, why are you telling me? You guys are buying the gift. Okay, so you're looking for a spell.
Off location.
Let's grab some percentage dice. There'd be bookstores in town. So you're just looking for a journal, or are you specifically looking for like a spell book?
So, I think we're basically just settling on it can just be like a solid like book with blank pages. I think it'd be indistinguishable from a journal because we don't want any like spells that are in it already. But I also think we would mind that if it was a good bargain.
Right.
Okay.
Because I personally don't know if there's any big distinctions in like what counts as a spell book.
Besides what
I don't.
whether or
So
not
basically,
it has
I don't know if there's a
something-
mechanical difference between a journal and a spell book if you haven't written anything in it.
Yeah, it's the ink you use that makes a spell book a spell book. That said, you guys are going to be able to buy a. You guys are going to find several options. There are going to be merchants on this concourse who have Daliite supplemental spellbooks, which is basically magic for dummies. Those are going to be a little bit more costly. Keep in mind, too, a printing press hasn't been invented, so books are a little bit expensive. Otherwise, you're able to... And there would be various book merchants around that would have different stocks of written books, but you could also buy blank books from them for 25 gold.
I'm down to buy use some of my gold to buy the blank book.
Yeah, I could chip in.
Yeah. I can spare like 15 if you want to spend 10.
Well, what about everybody else? This is group effort.
Fair.
Yeah, there's 6 of you. If 5 people give 5 gold, 1 person can skimp by.
I'm inclined to leave Lamilia out, not because I don't love her, but because she already paid for the ferry, so I don't want to.
Yeah.
Gold.
I'll chip 5 in.
I'll chip 5.
Okay, we lost Anthony, so I'll look at his character sheet, but I feel like Alexander's generous enough to chip in 5.
I'll also chip in 5.
How
Yeah.
does he only have 6 gold? He started off as the richest party member.
I'll give 5. Leave Alexander out.
I'll chip 10.
No, I
He's
have
tossed a couple-
45.
No, you hold on to your money. You spent stuff already. I will
He's
chip
tossed,
10.
so he's tossed a couple gold around, and then we had to pay for that horse that Claw murdered.
Oh,
Hey.
fair.
I didn't
I'm
murder.
sorry, Daphne murdered him.
Yeah, I was about to
Because
say.
of Claw's actions.
Alright, so, I'll leave his gold alone, and, Jackal...
10, I'll cover it.
Yeah, so Anderson gives 10, everybody else gives 5. You guys, I'm not going to, make you roleplay this out because it's just natural gear in the player's handbook. You're able to acquire a book. I did roll earlier on how nice of a book is. It came up 82%, so I'm going to say this is a pretty nice, like, leather-bound book, and I would say it would even have, like, a strap with, like, not a gemstone, but probably like a chiseled, like, either white or black stone that serves as, like, it's tied on. That's like its fastener. And yeah, that you guys got a nice book.
Okay, so real quick, because I'm gonna get in the minutia of this, just so we're all clear. I believe that if Anderson's gonna chip in 10, we all chip in 5. It's overpaying for this, and I don't want to lose 5 gold to the ether because of bad math.
So wait, 5 from Stradora, 5 from Claw, 5 from Kenneth. That's 15. 10 from Anderson.
From Anderson
is 25.
is 25.
Yeah, it costs 25
So
gold.
Willow would not have to remove any gold from her.
Yes,
Yeah,
that's-
I'm not.
Willow's
paying.
Yeah.
not.
Okay, just making sure that we all understood this.
Okay, yeah, just making sure. Yeah, that's why Anderson.
Because we'll never know what happened to any wrongly depleted gold.
Right.
Hey, there's video evidence of it.
Yeah,
Now that we'll
there
go
is.
back and look for it.
Hey, I've gone back to look for it.
It'll be in the miscellaneous section of your
You-
recap.
Yeah, I was gonna say you'd be surprised, like the things I've had to go back and look for groups. The worst was when I wasn't doing experience at the end of sessions and people were like messing up like their experience, and it's like, what's our experience at? And it's like, I guess I'll look through 24 episodes and calculate it.
Right.
But yeah, now every session, the last thing I do, experience, the next state, and then we're done.
Okay, so who's gonna hold it?
I think Stradora should.
I mean, since you're the one getting her, yeah.
Okay.
It's it's a group gift, but you will be presenting it.
We ship it.
Oh, that's right. I think I have to present it just so we can all make sure that there's evidence. The chain of evidence when Reyna comes kicking the door in.
That too, but also we ship it.
Well, if it has a nice little holster strap, and put it over my shoulder, like a purse, you can kill people.
Like, you can't just do anything, but, also...
Like a purse that casts lightning.
Basically a purse with a taser. Anyways.
No, get a purse that can cast lightning.
Dude, like...
Anyways.
I'm a dude, and I would kill for a person.
Leomund's lightning luggage.
All right.
I know
all
what I
right.
want for Christmas.
As you walk down the palace concourse, there are the royal guard has been brought, or the royal army has been brought out of Storm's Nest. There are about 50 soldiers lining either side of the concourse, getting closer to the Earth Gate. In front of each of these 50 soldiers, there are two rows, or rather alternating rows of Sagites and Sages kneeling in supplication. There is, and you can see there are lanterns hung inside of the Earth Gate, preparing for the feast for the evening. It appears the guest of honor is not here yet.
Do you think they figured out about Gale's Long?
Yeah, I mean, we told the magnate. The magnate probably told people because, you know, you gotta manage stuff. They seem pretty excited about, you know, a guy that never shows up for anything.
Other than when he showed up this morning?
Yeah, and then
but
he
that was just
immediately
to
left.
you.
He showed up, gave you some vague directions, and vanished.
What do you have against Gale's Long?
I'm a little Nijian.
It's part of our culture. Otherwise, you guys are
Fuck
able
the
to.
Ascended.
You guys are able to walk through the Earth Gate into the palace. There is nobody immediately waiting for you guys. The guards and knights that patrol the Earth Gate would recognize you and allow you into the central rise.
So,
Sorry, real quick, guys. What did we get, Stradora? Or not Stradora, Aussie?
spellbook.
Yep.
So, should we go talk to the magnate about what we've learned? Should we go to Osandria, send her the gift? Should we eat food and ignore our responsibilities? What's the move?
I'd say
Not
go.
already eat.
Considering there's a huge party going on, who knows if the Magnet even has time to talk, and even if we're talking to her about what happened, probably best to get her, Consort Regent, and Diviner. Let's just get the major players all in one room so we can try to convince them. This is a perfectly logical plan.
So,
Make Aussie be a fountain. Prove she's not evil.
Fine.
Okay,
Sorry.
so let's start the. Let's go over this again.
Yeah,
We're
let's find a
gonna tell
place
our
to.
mother
We're gonna find a
that
place
the
to
ancient
huddle up.
trickster god gave me a
Yeah.
magic rock as evidence that Osandria needs to go on a series of 3 trials to hone the darkness inside of her. Well, if we survive this conversation, it'll be legendary in its own right.
I mean, look,
Before
if
they
we just
kill-
let this exist, Aussie's gonna, his power will probably get out of control. She'll say something that will probably cause a huge issue, as we can already see from Alexander's mom. And things won't be pretty.
Well,
Yeah, speaking of that, before we get ourselves killed in this whole situation, mind if I talk to Reyna and see if she knows anything about what's going on in that regard?
yeah, I mean, I see no reason why not. You shouldn't, speak with the head diviner about a magic problem.
She'll probably one of the key figures that can help us convince the Magnate this is a good idea.
Oh, we have to get Reyna on our side.
Oh yeah, we really get Reyna.
Do you think we should give the book now?
I want it to be
or
noted I am laughing.
Look,
like,
it could
we're
be
gonna
worse.
try
We could
that.
have to get.
It could be worse. I could just have to beat Reyna in combat. Actually, I would prefer that, because at least I die at the end.
I was gonna say getting the sage on our side, and I don't.
If we're going to try to get Reyna on our side, Lumilia,
I should
Fedora.
maybe not be there.
and I think that should probably be a me and Claw.
I was like,
Yeah.
I have a pretty decent charisma, and I haven't pissed her off yet.
Well, we've all pissed her off more than once. It's more of who does she actually like.
I have literally done nothing to this.
I'm lovable.
I would say I was just around the group. I actually haven't done anything. I was just around.
She also... We also have history with her before we met you all, so...
Yeah, that does make you guys sort of the better option. Like, I'm nothing to her.
True.
I mean, if
So I guess
anything,
while they do that, we want to go help ourselves to the banquet.
I would actually recommend maybe you all going to Ossie's room and giving her her present while we do that.
Well, I mean, if we're going to get Reyna on our side, I think we should. I don't think we should present her, but I don't think we should, give Aussie her gift yet.
well, we should give it to her before we try to get Reyna on our side, so that way.
But if she
Can't
has
fit
it and we get Reyna on our side, and then she finds out that we gave her a spell book.
I think we're overthinking this.
Yeah.
You guys just go and speak with the head diviner.
All right.
Figure
Tell
something.
us, yes, sorry, her that I feel she's okay now. Send our guys.
Mm.
And we'll definitely stop in to see her before we leave if we do anything else.
Okay, I'm dividing up the party in my cards. Who's going to speak to Reyna?
Me and Claw.
Yep.
Okay, and everybody else is going to speak to Asuandria?
Are you bringing Anderson with you guys?
I think it was decided just because I don't have any, benefit that I was being left behind.
If you want to come, you're more than welcome to. It was more for
Come with the girl squad.
I can go either way, honestly. Not.
You can
That's a really
go with-
poor choice of words considering your current situation.
I know what I said.
Alright, so I'm going to handle it. Anderson, which one? Give me a selection. Reyna or Asuandria?
I'll go with Sidora and the girl squad.
Okay,
I want to
cool.
see.
I'm gonna handle Asuandria's group first, and then I'll handle the Reyna group second.
Alright.
Going and tracking down Asuandria. I need to roll a check. Alright, there are 2 guards in front of Asuandria's room. For the parties, I guess the party would be keeping an eye out for it. One of them is indeed a shattered. They have dark magenta skin, or deep magenta skin, and of course, their infernal tail and horns. Stepping past these guards, they would be aware that the princess is allowed to have visitors. You guys wouldn't have to say anything to them as they move aside and open the door for you. Stepping into the room, it is actually atrocious in here. There are papers everywhere. Not only are there papers everywhere, but there are books on the floor. Pages have been torn out of them. The covers of them ripped. Inkwells are spilled over some of them with black splotches. Sitting at the table near the window, you can see Asuandria has some sort of craft in her hand. Asuandria is sitting at the window. She has some sort of craft in her hand. It is a fabric that she is folding and tying. She is going to look up at the party and give me 1 secondo. Lumilia, what is your passive perception?
I feel like the answer is
12.
12. Interesting. Okay, I don't know why I don't have that on your sheet, but let's put 12 pp. Boom. Okay.
Cool.
As you guys step into the room, Asuandria is going to look up at you from the desk, and she is currently on Transform.
Yay! Void eyes.
I was like, oh, dear ascendants, it looks like an angry badger made its way through here.
Asuandria is going to shake her head and say, "No, that's the result of my new friend."
You what?
Your new friend?
She's going to nod and say, "Yes, I've demanded one from Reyna since my hired friend wasn't here today, and you guys were out with Maria having so much fun. I suppose I needed to have fun, but it was a mistake."
Oh, we did fun, but what happened here?
You are going to hear a voice call out over the room. Looking up on the bookshelf, you're going to see a falcon with its wings stretched out and crimson feathers on it. And it's going to say, I am Melikor, the reckoning of spellbooks.
Lumilia's gonna look at Princess Asuandria with this dead stare, like, it didn't talk when I got it for you, I swear.
She's going to shake her head and say, no, Reyna had one of her diviners awaken it. And he's going to say, I'm not an it, I'm Melikor, the reckoner of spellbooks.
You hate spellbooks?
I was commanded to not let the young princess create a new spellbook.
But the princess owns you. You're supposed to listen to her.
My devotion is to the head diviner, Lady Reyna Riddlepal Surreal. For I am Melikor, the reckoner of spellbooks.
I got you for the princess, not the head diviner.
You're arguing with a bird.
Also,
I
you're
argued
arguing
with a
with
lot weirder.
You're also arguing with a bird who was under the influence of Reyna's magic. So, if anything, this
Look,
explains
we've already
a lot.
established I don't like Reyna. I'm not
Yeah,
letting her steal
I'm just
the bird.
saying that I'm not convinced it's not a step below arguing with Anderson.
I was commanded to watch over the princess, and not let her use any spellbooks. For I am Melikor, the reckoner of spellbooks.
Yeah, we got it. You're the Reckoner of Spellbooks.
Yeah, if you
I'll-
come near
have,
me,
like,
I'm going to
a
be
bag.
Strador, the Reckoner of Birds.
Asumandria is going to say, well, after he tore up about 5 of my spellbooks that I was trying to recreate in private, he's been quiet up there. I'm going to dispel you as soon as I learn how. Melikor is going to expand out its wings and say, I've been granted intelligence far beyond that of any normal falcon, and I shall not allow you, for I am Melikor, Reckoner of Spellbooks.
I could try and blind it if you want, Princess.
I'll swat you out.
Really,
Swat you out of the sky, you feathered fiend.
It
really off
squawks at
topic.
you,
I'm
just going,
I'm wondering how you can articulate so well without teeth.
It's magic.
I
I'm
was
just gonna go with
awakened
it's magic.
by Gesson,
Yes, but how can you
diviner
make
in service to head diviner Reyna, Rinnopaw, Surreal.
And I'm guessing you can't take a smite, you pigeon.
Well, hold
Someone
on.
grab the bird, I'll start mending the books.
Well,
Melikor is going to look down at Stradora and say, I like you. It will be a shame if I have to gouge out your eyes, for I am Melikor, Reckoner of Eyeballs.
I thought you were Reckoner of Spellbooks.
I am Melikor, Reckoner of Spellbooks.
Well, no, you just said your name was.
You might
Well,
take one of my eyes, but I'll take you to Renolta.
You're
How are you
all
gonna get Renolta here?
arguing with a bird.
I
asserting
haven't
dominance over the
been
bird.
informed of it. It tilts its head in like that way that birds do, and it's gonna say, I haven't been informed of this Renolta. Is she in service to head diviner Reyna, Rinnopaw, Surreal?
No.
Well, I won't obey her if you bring her to me, for I am Melikor, Reckoner of Spellbooks.
I was gonna kill you. That was the comment. I was going to kill you.
I'll cook him.
I was given a task to watch over and protect the young princess.
No, you were given a job to watch over and oppress the princess.
Melikor is going to fly to the other side of the room, finding an even higher bookshelf, and it is going to turn its head back to Asuandria and say, Princess, I do not approve of your present company. You should keep better friends. For I am your talon, and I am your sword.
I am those things!
You're one of those.
Yeah,
It's going to tilt its head and say, but you're not Melikor.
She's
I-
better.
I have legit not done anything. I'm just in this room, and I'm more curious on how a bird can pronounce the T sound without teeth.
I've been awakened by Gesson in service to head...
Entirely
But you
Okay,
do not have
diviner.
the physical
Right.
appendage to make the sound you're making.
That's an entirely too smart of a...
Magic.
Please, all of you, stop arguing with the bird.
I don't like
Aussie,
your bird
I'm
friend,
gonna-
Alessandria.
Yeah, Aussie. I see you've had an interesting time.
She's
Sorry we weren't here.
she's going to nod and say, well, at least Reyna feels more comfortable with letting me out of her sight now.
Yeah, because she's got the fucking bird watching you.
Reckoner of Spellbook.
It's going to say, I have a name. I am Melikor, Reckoner
Yeah,
of
I don't
Spellbooks.
care.
Right. You got Melikor watching you.
Reckoner of Spellbook.
Don't call it by name. It's a bird.
I'm sorry, this is the bird you gifted. Like, literally, like...
Yeah, I know,
hours.
but now it's doing the exact opposite of what I wanted. I have scale pride, not feathers.
Out of context, technically speaking, the bird does have scales.
That barely counts.
The scales are on its feet.
I know, that doesn't count.
Don't you probably have skills?
Yeah, birds have scales.
Asuandria is going to stand up and say, well, in any case, you are back. I've been given free reign over the castle again. I was thinking we could go stand outside.
Ooh, sure. I like that. Wait, does the bird have to come with?
Probably will.
Melikor speaks up and says, I'm Melikor, Reckoner of Spellbooks. It's my sworn duty to watch over the princess.
Yeah,
I protect the princess.
yeah, you protect.
We're her assigned guards. With Reyna's permission. This is literally our job.
Were you awakened by head diviner Reyna Renopal Surreal?
No, I was awakened by God.
It's going to tilt its head and say, I don't know this god. Are they in service to head diviner Reyna Renopal Surreal?
No, Reyna's in service to them.
She didn't inform me of this.
She's also in service to the princess's mother. She didn't inform me of a lot of things. You're a bird.
I'm Melikor, Reckoner of Spellbooks.
Also, Andrea, would you like me to mend any of these books for you?
He'll just tear them up because he's
It'll keep him
Melikor,
busy.
the Reckoner of Spellbook. I'm going to do that
Hey.
same gesture where you put your arm in the crook of your elbow and then throw your other hand up.
Hey, Melikor, does it count if it's my spellbook?
Ooh. The first knowledge conundrum that this bird has come across. Melikor is going to shake its head and flap out its wings and say, until the head diviner has deemed that Princess Atsuandria is worthy of owning her spellbook again, I am not to let her create a new one.
You
Well,
wanted
this
to
is
go
gonna be-
outside?
Awkward, but let's go outside. Mechalor, if you insist on following, you can be on my shoulder and you can shut up.
Does a bird understand rudeness? It's going to... it's gonna fly down. Well, no. It's gonna stop and say, this is not a trick to trap Melikor. Is it?
No, it's not.
It flies down and flaps its wings, landing on your shoulder. Come, princess, let us look outside the sky. I once flew these skies as a young falcon myself.
What did I tell you about being quiet?
Melikor is going to look over at you and say, you said shut up. I don't entirely know what this means, but once we're outside, I can go up further.
It's fine. It's fine, we're going outside.
Alright, the party, including Atsuandria, is able to walk outside. We'll come back to you guys. Let's go with Alexander and Mordecai. You go looking for the head diviner. Is she up to anything important?
And who?
Claw.
Alexander and I'm sorry, and Claw. I was looking at my character card and not my yeah. Alright. So, Alexander and Claw heading towards the head diviner. Going into the diviner's quarters. She is not actually in here currently. There is another diviner here asking about. They tell you that she's also handling preparations for the feast. I'm not, I can roleplay the other diviner, but do you guys want to go look for her in the feast hall, or do you want to talk to this person?
I'm just gonna have the person send her a sending saying we're on our way to meet her.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm reading the live campaign. I swear on my Earthfire, we'll either get rid of this thing's intelligence.
You know,
I told you forever ago I did not forget about the hawk you gave her. Or the falcon. Alright, so... Oh. Anthony, do you mind going to push to talk? We're getting some feedback from your microphone.
Alright.
Okay. Alright, so heading... you have the diviner send a sending and heading down to find Reyna. You are going to find her inside of the feast hall. She is at the head table or she's not at the head table, but she is talking to a group of servants at the head table, and she's going to say, "He hates ostentation. Who got this throne of a chair here? Go put it back and grab a normal one. You know, we don't even need to sit him at the head table. He'll probably just prefer to sit in the back anyways. Let's set up a table back there in the corner for him." And as you guys walk in, she'll notice you.
Just occurred to me that Reyna would be the person to have to handle the Gale Song feast.
mm-hmm.
I mean, she was his traveling companion for like 3 years.
Of all people.
Anthony, you said something?
He's the one that knows him the best in this country.
Yeah, true. As you guys step into the feast hall, approaching Reyna, she'll look at each of you and say, "Alexander, Claw, will you be joining the feast tonight? I can have arrangements set up for you, as I suppose that falls into my duties now."
You don't know yet, Anthony, but we actually came to see about a couple other things, if you have a few minutes.
She's going to nod and say, "The servants can take care of setting up the rest of this hall. I heard about the diplomats. I listened to a small debriefing of Maria's report. We'll find them."
Well, this is something a little different, too. It involves Mom.
She's gonna stop and raise an eyebrow and say, "Is Lady Vega okay?"
She's gone crazy. She's been attacking anyone who's tried to stop her from coming to see Aussie. She didn't even recognize anyone who,
Go ahead. She's,
said she didn't even recognize me here, and she, I've never seen her like that, Reyna.
Reyna's going to nod and say, "Did somebody mess with her mind? What was the last assignment she was on?"
As far as I know, it's kind of
You cut out, but you said, "As far as I know, nothing that I know of."
all work, front desk work, checking in. Face.
She'll nod and say, "I'll investigate it." And she'll say, "By chance, did she have any interaction with the princess while she was in your company?"
Nothing more. A very, very small amount.
Reyna seems pensive. She's going to look to the. She's going to look to probably the assistant steward, who would be like here helping her, and say, "Look, if you have a question about anything, if you think anything's too much, it probably is. Make it as drab and as boring as you can. Invite as many people. Make sure the lighting's dim." And Reyna is going to nod and place a hand on Alexander's shoulder and say, "I'll investigate this. If it's within my power, I'll do my best to cleanse her of whatever arcane ailment might have befell her."
Thank you. There was something else. This one, I think we need to talk private about.
She begins walking out of the feast hall into a hallway that leads to the central rise. You can follow her.
Absolutely.
All right. I mean, you have a modicum of privacy inside the hallway.
We talked to, what was his name, Etchus?
Etchus, but he also, you might know him as Mon.
She's going to shake her head and say, "I don't know Mon, but I know the stories of Esches."
Guess he's known as a cleanser or cleaner or something.
From my understanding,
A Meandeth.
Yes, he mentioned that he might be able to help Aussie with what is going on, but we need to prove that she is capable of handling and dealing with what has befell on her. Requiring us to leave the castle and go to the Alliant Forest.
Have you ever heard the stories of those who chase the trickster?
The trickster
Told us
usually.
that
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, he said that
You cut out on the last word. He told us that.
he leaves them in ruin.
She nods and is going to say, few good things come from chasing after Esches. However, what the princess does and where she goes is not my choice. I do as my magnate commands me.
Well, we believe
We
in.
know, but go ahead, Paul.
We believe that from what he told us, is that we are not chasing him. He was more so trying to aid us as he was willing to help based off of how well Aussie performs. He is willing to, like I stated, help with her understanding and possibly even controlling what she has if she proves to be of a good heart.
Reyna is
We were
going
hoping you
to
could help him.
Rena's going to inhale and exhale and say, look, our family, our mothers and fathers were friends during the Lost Fire conflict. We have bonds with each other that run deeper than our bonds of service. And that I can speak with you, not as the head diviner of Zenith Rise in service to the Celestial Magnate, but as a friend. Umiya couldn't cure Asuandria of whatever was done to her. Gilsong couldn't cure Asuandria of whatever was done with her, to her. We thought the application of divine magic to her wasn't the solution, but rather her instead being able to channel it. That was a mistake for everyone involved. And if you know what's good for her, you'd keep her away from any of that magic, too. Otherwise, you might end up with more cases like your mom. She looks at Alexander. It's why I teach her so very strictly in the ways of arcane magic. With that, again, it's not my call. I do as I'm ordered by our magnate.
We were hoping you could help us talk to the magnate and see what can be done. He seems genuine. He actually was at the conference from Delaware speaking. Said he was just...
Trust the trickster god and help us convince the magnate to trust him too. Roll me a persuasion check and give me a 2-sentence pitch on why this is a good idea.
Can Claw give the help action?
Yeah, Claw can give the help action, or if Anthony, if you want Claw to roll it, you can do vice versa. If Claw gives the help action, Claw, give me a sentence contributing to this pitch. I'm telling you, it's going to be the next big thing. Here's why you want to give $500,000 to Nobles and Company.
So, what Claw would give with the help action, because I feel like because Claw's not very good at persuading people, more so animals, is if you, as something that is more, as powerful as Umiya and Galeson are, from my understanding and from what I heard, that this is something more ancient than what they are. From what Amiran has told us, what he is having us help go after is just as ancient, most likely just as powerful and possibly able to actually help her.
Okay, what's Alexander saying? And I can roll that check for you, because I just remembered I'm rolling for you.
And we're going to be there with her the entire time. We won't let anything happen. Reyna, at this point, things are getting out of hand, and we need to do something. Anything at this point. She's doing... I guess she's not... My mom wasn't the only one like her who's been affected by Aussie lately. One of the servants was too, I guess. We need...
As you're speaking, Reyna's going to wave her hand and say, look, I'll talk to the magnate. I'll do what I can. I'm a little bit more comfortable giving her a longer leash now. I don't know why I didn't think of this earlier. I animated her or I awakened her a companion, one with which I have a telepathic link.
Well, with what we're
As long
needing-
as she takes it with her, she can venture a little further. She can venture a little bit further outside of the palace walls. I can always teleport to her and bring her back into safety.
will she be allowed to have the spell book as well?
She laughs and says, "She's a menace."
But if where we're heading, she might need to be able to at least cast something so she wouldn't be recognized. Or at least be able to understand some things that are going on if she needs to see something. As I'm not a great caster myself, maybe giving her some of her spells back wouldn't be a bad idea, at least so that way she can practice while she's out there.
Where you're heading, Reyna, tilts her head a little bit of almost sarcastically, and she's going to say, if the magnate agrees to this plan, who do you think she's going to have scry out the entire area and the entire landscape? Who do you think she's going to have drop you off there? And probably won't be you, more than a fun little venture into the mountains. But the princess has never been that far.
And you know, we would put our lives on the line to protect her. Not because she's the princess, but because she's our friend.
Reyna is going to nod and say, it is my duty to instruct her in magic, but I am getting tired of babysitting her. So, I'll see what I can do for you. Perhaps I can teach that bird
run off.
magic.
Alexander's gonna run up and hug
Reyna. And Claw will do the same.
Fancy.
Yeah.
I guess she'll be caught off a little off guard, from the hug, and say, "Hey, I'm back on the clock as the head diviner." Hugging you guys a little bit, and then she'll push you off them and say, "All right, as you were."
So you sent a bird that you can telepathically communicate with?
She's going to nod and say, she came into my quarters earlier this morning begging for a new friend.
Yeah, she was happy that we left her there alone today.
I awakened it, and it's loyal
You know
to...
where they are?
Or rather, I had one of my diviners awaken it and bond it to me. And it's loyal to my every word, and it'll be loyal to her.
Awesome. Do you know where they are? Are they still in her room?
She pauses and says, look at that. She's exercising her newfound freedom. They're heading outside to the courtyard.
Well,
Awesome.
good thing I have history with awakened creatures.
What do you think, Claw? Should we join for dinner tonight?
That might not be a bad idea.
I want to see if you can step out for 6. If that's possible, Auntie.
She'll nod and say, I'll pass the orders on a servant back there. For now, I'm going to check on your mother. She protected me years ago, and I guess now it's my turn to return the favor.
Thank you. If you find anything else, just please let me know.
She's gonna nod.
thanks again for all the help that you've given us so far.
Yeah, she's going to say, don't mention it. And just hope it doesn't come down to fighting some crazed cultist sorcerer again. That woman put a working on me.
Foreshadow.
Alright, so where do you guys head? Do you go to find the party?
Yeah, Raina said if they were heading outside, we'll go try to meet up with them outside.
Yep.
Alright, I'm gonna save the other party the walk. Melicor doesn't understand the concept of shut up. Melicor is the reckoning of shut up. Ever since being given life, he is able to express himself in newfound ways. That said, the party is going to be reunited. Stradora has the Ardorian falcon that Lumilia presented the princess with during the first session. It turns and looks at at Claw and Alexander as they approach. Claw and Alexander can assume this is the awakened companion that Raina was talking about. Otherwise, the party literally stands outside. Oswandria, who would have her self-disguise now, is going to say, I always can look down on the courtyard, and I always wanted to come out inside the courtyard, but now I'm in the courtyard, and I can just be in the courtyard.
We see Claw and Alexander.
Yeah,
Yes, the
one
whole
of
party's
them-
together.
Hey, guys. How things go? I'd like you to meet Nakio. I forgot to say his name now, damn it.
Melkalor
It's like it's
The
a
Reckoner.
fucking bird.
of
Whoa, shut up.
spellbooks.
Malkalor.
Melkalor speaks up. It spreads its wings. One of its wings getting in front of Stradora's face, and it's going to
waiting
say,
for
I am Melkalor, the Reckoner of Spellbooks.
Yeah, that.
I was awakened by Gussin in service to head diviner Raina Rinnlepaw Surreal.
Yes, Auntie Raina told us that you were awakened to be friend to Lassie.
She's going to nod
Well,
and say,
When you talk to animals, is it always like that?
Depends on the individual.
Melkalor is going to say, I can assure you,
allergic
I'm
to
much
mulberry.
wiser and much more intelligent than any regular animal. I was awakened by Gussin in service to head diviner Raina Rinnlepaw Surreal.
How?
Sure, the fact you haven't killed that thing yet is beyond a miracle in my eyes.
Oh, trust me, we're close.
I
It's
want
growing
to.
on me. I've conscripted him into my order.
Melkalor is going to say, Order, I do not understand this. All things
You're a
are-
member of the Sunyith now, Mechalor.
It's going to tilt its head and ask, is this a good thing?
Yeah.
Melkalor. It's like a flock for her.
I am Melkalor, Reckoner of Spellbooks.
No, you're
Awakened,
Megalor, Order of the Sun, yeah.
awakened by Gussin, head in service to head diviner Raina Rinnlepaw Surreal, and a part of an order with Stradora.
Yes.
Close enough.
Lumilia is cleaning one of her cooking knives.
Fedora, you made the title longer.
Have you ever actually heard me say all of my titles?
I know, and I hate it.
I'm curious to see if it beats. I'm curious to see if it beats Uncle Dumont. His is a mouthful. I can't remember all of it, but he says it every time. Every time I
What?
see him.
Anyways, yeah, Melkalor and I we've become friends now, united in our goal of protecting Osandria.
You know, I kind of want to try something. Malkalor, are you willing to Let me see through your eyes.
Wait, what?
It's going to tilt its head and say, I'm bonded to the head diviner, Reno Renopal Surreal.
This is more of a... It's a temporary pack.
You can say no.
You can't say no, but if you say yes...
I encourage you to say no.
Oh, come on.
I don't think it understands.
Yes.
It's going to say, are you going to use magic? I was awakened by magic by Gussin in service to head diviner Rena Renopal Surreal.
Well, it's a type of magic. This is an old Ardorian trick that my dad actually taught me when he was training me with the axe, and I'm gonna pull out my little bear totem that I have as a totem barbarian. And like start drawing in the dirt.
A barbarian.
A barbarian
I can't
warlock. But it's like, but if you're okay with it, I can see what you see.
It is going to flap its wings and say, "This shall be an experience, one of learning."
Limilia's gonna lean over to Alexander and be like, "If you kill him, I'll give you 3 gold."
No, hold on. So I'm gonna take the 10 minutes to ritual cast Beast Sense, and when I finish the circle around the totem will slightly glow with a blue light, and I will reach out and I will touch the bird.
Okay, give me 1 second.
It doesn't work.
No,
I'm
I just
That'll
need I just need to make sure some things, because Waken can sometimes change creature types.
Let's see. You touch a willing beast for the duration of the spell. You can use your action to see through the beast's eyes and hear what it hears, and continue to do so.
It's still an
until you
awakened
use-
beast, and Beast Sense doesn't have a maximum intelligence thing. Yeah, you can see through Milkalor's senses. For a second, you see yourself.
It's a
touching-
concentration of up to 1 hour.
Yeah, you see yourself touching Mechalor. It turns. You see Stradora and, the incredibly beady eyes of a falcon, and, excruciating detail of her skin. And it turns and looks back at you. And it's going to squawk and then say, "Is it working?"
No, it's working perfectly.
Glorious! You can watch as I rip out the eyeballs of our foes.
I actually could. If I really wanted to. It only lasts for an hour. Or until I quit concentrating on it.
Oh, Asuandra is going to speak up at this point and say to Lemillion, this bird is very violent.
It is. I think it's a bad influence on you. We should try and get Reyna to get rid of it.
You bought her a hunting hawk. Did you not expect it not to be violent?
Also, its only job in life is to tear up spellbooks. All it knows is violent.
Having a trained falcon that will listen to your orders while hunting is one thing. Having a falcon trained to listen to someone else who will scream at you constantly is different.
No,
This is
no,
not
hold up.
what I got
Mechalor here is definitely a good scout, aren't you, Mechalor?
It is going to nod and say, "I can scout. I can also attack if you command me to do so."
Yeah, Mokalor also has it out for every book in her room.
I am Mechalor, reckoner of
Not every book.
spellbooks.
Spellbooks.
I mean, yeah, he's
Until the
pretty
young
good.
princess proves herself
She's
worthy,
a
she is not to
spellcaster.
hold a spellbook.
Yeah, she's just gonna
Yeah.
prove herself.
And when we get Alessandria ungrounded and on the way to Alyan, we'll be fine.
You kind of just. We should probably.
Oh, that's
Wait,
right. I
Yeah,
hadn't
so
told you.
you want to learn to be a cleric? I have a spare holy symbol.
Holy symbols are not spellbooks. This is true.
Claw and Alexander. You
Yeah?
are entitled to free intelligence checks, DC 8.
Alright.
Cool. I'll roll for you.
Fuck! Why am I rolling shite?
If you remember... Oh, God, garbage. If you guys remember anything as a player, you are beyond more than welcome to contribute it. You feel something in your mind of just like, wait, but... Oh,
Wait.
you cut out, Anthony. Can you say that again?
Yeah, what you're talking about.
Can you type that in Discord? You're robotic, and it's hard for me to make out those syllables. If somebody else got it, you can inform me what he said. Although at the mention...
now.
A little bit, not much. At the mention of divine magic, Asuandra is going to perk up and say, Reyna refuses to let me study divine magic. I hear you don't even need a spellbook to do those.
It's true. I kind of just channel it through my body.
Well...
Aulilia, yes, Aulilia, imbues me with the holy knowledge I need to do all of the things I need to do as a Sun Youth member. Do I have to roll a deception check? Is that why there was a pause?
No, I was responding to something said in live campaign. It is... anyways, no, you don't have to... Well... Yeah, go ahead and give me a deception check on that.
Well...
So bad at lying.
Yeah, I feel like nobody's going to contest you on it. You are a paladin of the sun yet. But as you guys are sitting here...
Hold on. Where...
Anthony, can you hear me?
Oh boy, because Anthony was trying to say something, I hope I...
Yeah, go ahead and say something, E. I'm gonna type to him so he just knows where we're at.
Yeah, from... I forgot what I was about to say. Out of character, I am underneath a tornado warning right now, by the way. So
Okay,
if I have
cool.
to go, that is why.
Okay, so sorry. What was that all about for the intelligence check?
Of us, blah 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 blah. Of Stradora mentioned the
Lumilia.
Stradora mentioned traveling to Alien, and Lumilia mentioned on the way teaching Asuandria divine magic.
No, what he was referring to, when we were rolling the intelligence check,
Yes.
what was going on during that time.
Yeah, that and those were the prompts for the intelligence check. You guys didn't roll high enough to get
right.
any help from me, but if you remember anything as a player, you're allowed to contribute that.
Reyna stated that she was planning on actually warping us there, from what I remember. Right?
Yeah, and she said divine magic might not be the best thing for you to learn.
Yeah. Apparently something happened the last time something divine was used, when she tried to use something divine.
Well, Swandria is going to construe her face and say, I've never used divine magic before.
Yeah, and
No,
I
but
used my
apparently
I used my divine healing on her when she jumped off that roof. She was fine.
Yeah, but apparently Lumia and Galsung tried when she was a baby to help, and it caused an issue.
In any case, Aslandra is going to say, so, let me get this straight. Reyna is letting me travel to Alyan. Does my mom know?
We haven't
Well-
talked to her yet.
Well, no.
Not
Go ahead, Alexander.
she's not. She'll let you, obviously, if your mother says it, and she's gonna try to help us talk your mom into allowing this. One of the caveats is, points to Bird, that he has to come over.
Aslandra is going to look at Mechalor. Mechalor is going to stretch its wings and say, I am the chosen protector of the young Princess Aslandra, awakened by Gussin, in service to head diviner Reyna Rinnelpaw Surreal.
Bringing him's a good idea. We might need an extra food source.
No, I am not to be eaten.
I meant you could hunt for food.
It's not at all what you.
Of course.
Yes, I always can use an extra animal companion when I'm hunting down something.
Aslandra is going to say, this is wonderful. I have to prove myself to get my spellbook back. Mechalor, how can I do that? Mechalor is going to, again, spread its wings in front of Stradora's face and say, you can prove that you're worthy of acting with honor and integrity and taking responsibility for your actions. These are the things that the wise head diviner told me. Mechalor is all of these. I can instruct you.
Isn't that literally what she has to prove as well
Yep.
at the fountain?
I mean, to a
Yep.
degree.
Yeah.
But we can start by you. Have you properly apologized for your turning Reyna into a toad and the lying to your dad about Corwin thing?
She was lying to me, and I never lied to my dad. Good princesses don't lie.
But you conjured the sound of Corwin to distract the guards so we could go to the convocation.
That was a misdirection.
Good
Lie.
princesses
Technically,
don't
I did it.
misdirect. At her direction.
Oh,
At her direction.
At which point, Aslandra is going to huff and say, fine, I'll apologize to Dad.
Are you going to apologize to Reyna?
She was lying to me. She
And
should
you
be the
have
one
to be-
apologizing.
And you have to be better than her.
Mechalor is going to extend its wings and say, your friends speak wisdom! Mechalor approves of this.
I'm glad that you
thought you
approve of
didn't
my
like
behavior,
us.
Mechalor, as your order captain.
Aslandra is going to say,
we also got
go ahead.
I was just gonna say we also got us all table for the banquet tonight.
Mhm.
I'll apologize to her just to get my spellbook back.
Fedora,
Does your
Fedora narrows her gaze.
mention that they're telepathic?
We're gonna have
Someone
to
please
shape
tell
you
us
up,
that.
given that we're gonna have to shape you up a bit, Missy, given that Trickster God is interested in character growth.
So a lot of stuff happened there. Dora is gazing at Aslandra. Do you say that in character?
Yes.
Okay, cool. And Lumilia, I'm going to rule. Lumilia doesn't have that information.
No, I was saying out of character. Someone please tell us that. I know I
Right.
don't have that information. I want to.
Alright. She's gonna say one thing at a time. We just gotta get Reyna to believe I'm worthy enough to have my spellbook back. Then when we go to Alyan, we're going to Alyan. Oh my god.
Yeah, she... Right now, But
I was just gonna say, as if your, parents are okay with this thing.
right.
Rina said that if this is allowed, she'll be scrying the whole area, scouring and all that. But we still, this is gonna be a hard sell. You know that.
She nods and says, even so, if something goes wrong and we have to be pulled out of Alyan, it'll take Melikor at least 2 days to fly back with any message. We'll have so much time to explore.
Hey, remember how I said, you can share senses with Melikor? It wouldn't surprise me if Reyna could do that too.
Yeah, that's why she insists on Melikor being there with you all.
She'll probably be watching through Melikor.
She has a link with it.
Melikor is going to say, no, I was instructed by the head diviner not to inform the princess of my connection.
Well, you didn't inform her. We did.
That's cool. The head,
Good birds don't lie to prince.
that's the head diviner.
Also, Andrew is going to look at Melikor and say, are you spying on me? Melikor is going to say, no, I act in loyalty and honor. I'm only to contact the head diviner if something very bad is happening to you.
I mean, if it makes you feel better, he probably doesn't understand the full weight of it.
I am Melikor, Reckoner of Spellbooks. I can understand much more than simple animals. Simply inform me.
He's in training. That's why he's not a high-ranking member of my order.
Claw is going to whisper to Lemuria, just wait a year. They get different after a year of being awoken.
He won't last a year.
I'm gonna need you guys to roll a stealth checks against Melikor.
Alright.
And me, I've already grown fond of this animal. Well, I heard Lumilia.
Yeah, alright, yeah, Melikor is too aghast at his secret mission being revealed.
How dare the both of you?
It's like, no, they're not
Honestly, you
supposed to know
shouldn't be
that.
surprised.
Honestly, I kind of expect this espionage at this point.
Actually, I think...
But espionage aside, and we just have to convince your mother that it's okay to take you to Aliet, which shouldn't be any problem. I'm very persuasive.
Actually, for curiosity's sake, with Claw's rations, would he have anything that's, meat-based on him, like salted meats?
Yeah, if Claw eats meats, most rations are dried, large pieces of jerky.
Alright, yeah, he would. He'll hold one out and say, hey Melikor, why don't you show off some of the hunting skills you have? Try and catch this. And hold up one of the dried pieces of jerky.
I'm gonna close my eyes and watch Melikor do it from Melikor's view.
Do you throw it in the air?
Not yet. He lets Melikor get a good look at it, and then puts it on the tip of one of his arrows. Try and catch it before it hits the ground, okay?
Melikor is going to instantly turn its head at the meat, and then it starts flapping its wings, and it's going to say, I am not some simple falcon anymore that does tricks for pieces of meat. However,
It's not
I will
a test.
I will catch this as a display of my great skills. Throw it, throw it, throw it, throw it, throw it, throw it, throw it.
So putting
Throw it.
it on the tip of an arrow, Claw will shoot an arrow
And,
up into the air.
Mechalor squats and just shoots off of Stradora's shoulder. Stradora, you're going to take 1 point of piercing damage of just Mechalor thrusting off with its talons and feet.
Yeah, it's fine.
Otherwise,
Well, the 25th Noble's all about Stradora having to suffer at the hands of the Bertolds.
Should we give Oswandria her present now, or at least show it to her?
Nope.
No.
otherwise, Mechalor is based on falcons. Falcons are fast as fudge.
We can
No,
show
I'm
it
watching
to
all
her
this
and
through
think that
Malcolor because I have not broken the connection.
Yeah, the arrow goes into the air as Mechalor zips off after it. The arrow much faster than Mechalor, but as it arcs down, Mechalor has already started diving and is gaining speed faster than the arrow. Mechalor catches it and the distance over the city, flying back towards, or over the wall, flying back towards the party.
While this is going on, if anybody wants to state anything while he's gone, go ahead and do it now.
Actually, I can test. How good Malcolor is hearing?
Mechalor has really good hearing because I believe he's got keen senses.
I think his keen
I'm
sense
just wondering, like, if he can hear anyone while we're like, because I'm right now going through his senses.
Let's see. Passive perception of 14. It does have keen senses, but it is on checks that rely on sight.
So he can't hear the party.
Well, as
Not
well
at this
as
distance.
Okay.
yeah. So, yeah. If anybody wants to say anything to Alessandra quickly before, and Claw will say, "I am sorry." Unless somebody wants to say anything otherwise, it's just, I am sorry for this being a drop, but yeah.
We got you a present from the city, but we're gonna have to wait till Mechalor's not here to give it to you.
Oswandria is gonna shake her head and say, "It's just frustrating that she still doesn't trust me."
It's frustrating that she hijacked your birthday present.
I would argue that she made it way better.
They do gain independence.
I would
after
argue
a
against
year.
that.
They get independence after a year.
Also, she should feel fortunate she has any of them left after we had to sell them all for change because we were getting scryed on.
Mechalor is descending, flying a little bit slower than normal. It's got the meat in its beak and the arrow in its talon.
Claw will
It
hold
drops
out-
the arrow on the ground and it is going to... it's gonna just land on the ground, put, one talon on the jerky on the ground, and then its beak and starts tearing off pieces. As it chews, it speaks up and says, "Were you impressed by Mechalor's skill? I'm a worthy
Absolutely.
companion, yes?"
Yes, you are trained very well at hunting down very fast prey.
Um,
And as Claw reaches down to grab his arrow, he'll scratch kind of right behind the head of the falcon, just, a hard-to-reach spot on it.
It turns and looks towards Oswandria and says, "With Mechalor's skill, you can overlook my devotion to the head diviner, or my connection to the head diviner." Oswandria is going to say, "I don't think I have much of a choice. Yes, I am sworn to watch over you. There is nowhere you can go that I cannot go faster. There's nowhere you can hide that I cannot see. I am Mechalor, Reckoner of Spellbooks."
You have to work on your title.
I'm also surprised that, like, they have access to, like, someone with Awaken.
Um,
Pretty high one, isn't it?
Have you seen what Reyna's capable of?
My
yeah,
dad-
but, like, does Reyna?
My
I don't
dad-
know. Like, I don't know much about Awaken. Is it like a nature-specific one?
Roll me an Arcana check.
I know my
Like I said,
dad-
I don't know much about. I don't
Well,
know
my
much
dad
about
has-
magic.
My dad has quite a few, but he doesn't. It usually is a bit more expensive than difficult to do if you're a skilled caster.
Yeah, Anderson doesn't know about Awakening. You can ask Mechalor about it. He seems pretty knowledgeable.
Or Claw, as he has a father that knows that spell.
Appropriate to bring a falcon to a feast.
I mean,
Mechalor is going to say, "Don't think of me as a falcon. I am Mechalor. I am just as smart as any of you."
What
Well,
the
we're
heck,
gonna have
bring
to
it
work
to
on your
the-
table
like,
manners.
He has 10 intelligence. Awakening moves his intelligence to 10.
He's
yes,
smart.
it does.
Actually, the sad thing is he's smarter than me.
Yes, yes, he is. And I will say, yeah, awakened animals sometimes have better table manners than some of the other individuals I've eaten with.
Well,
And
more about the
trees.
fact that he talks a lot.
It usually dies down after a few weeks, I think, once they get more things that they learn.
After finishing eating the ration, Mechalor just shakes its head, like in that ridiculous fashion of fluffing out all of its feathers, just side to side, almost like a vibration.
Right. Plus,
Mechalor
Go.
is going to fly up to Asu Andrea's shoulder and stare at her and say, "So you are companions of you are companions of the young princess."
Yes, we all know her, and we all know Reyna to a certain extent.
I suppose it's no secret that you are to watch over her as Mechalor is too.
I told you that in her room.
If
I
the
was-
truth is out, Mechalor can share Mechalor's assignment.
I mean, we are tasked with keeping her safe.
Mechalor is going to peck at Asuandra's face. Asuandria is going to swat at Mechalor, knocking it away. It flaps, and it's going to say, "You have to watch her face." The head diviner is very concerned about her getting magical messages from an evil woman.
You still
We're
getting
very
headed
aware of
from
that one.
Portland?
You asked Asuandria that?
Yeah.
Asuandria is going to swat at Mechalor and say, "Not today." Mechalor is going to say, "Yes, I have watched. I watch very closely." She has a tell. Asuandria is going to look up and say, "I will dispel you."
I don't know. I'm gonna look at Claus.
Sir Jor's gonna tap her
"Can you do
shoulder
that
for
once again?"
Melkalor to mount back up, and be like, "What's the tell, buddy?"
Claw's gonna nod is like, if you can cast it powerfully enough, yeah.
Oh, well, there's the keyword right there. I don't think any of us are strong enough to dispel that kind of magic.
Mechalor is going to say, "She looks distant, only for a few seconds." Asuandria is going to throw something at Mechalor, missing as Mechalor sends higher into the sky. I think she's going to pick up another rock and say, "Shut up! You frustrating bird!" Mechalor is going to say, "I'm no longer a bird. I'm Mechalor, reckoning of spell books."
Question, how far away is Megalor from me? Like, how high is he?
Mechalor is about 15 feet in the air.
Okay, cool. I want to create a mental link with Mechalor.
You're able to, Mechalor has a mental link with somebody else. I think there's gonna be, feedback there. Link to me the ability, and I'll tell you if you're able to do so.
Yeah, let me pull it up. I don't think it allows me to like listen in if he already has one.
You...
Here, I'll put it in this chat.
Okay, otherwise, I feel like Ostrander is going to keep throwing rocks at Mechalor, for a few moments, before Mechalor finally says, "This is not how one acts with honor, or loyalty, or integrity."
Alright, I also grabbed separate
think
drink
that's
too.
it.
Didn't mean to do that.
If Mechalor is around, you can actually go right around and see things and do things.
So
He's annoying, but
He does have his uses.
and he's already a treasured member of my order. Does not have a number yet.
She's, Ostrander is going to, Ostrander is going to throw another rock at Mechalor. She has not rolled higher than a 10. Oh, that's an 11. Let me
That's
look at
slightly higher.
Mechalor's, AC.
I want to say a Hawk's AC is like 14 or something.
12.
12.
Again, Mechalor is going to dodge the rock, and she's going to say, "Nobody asks Maria if she gets sendings from Corwin. She traveled with her."
Yeah, but you have a history of getting sendings for one.
Say Maria's actually that is a good point. Has Maria had contact with Corwin?
I mean, you bring up a
Not
valid
that
point, but you also have, like, a anecdotal history of getting sendings from Corwin. And acting on them.
So anyway, the mental link. Anything happen with that? Or?
Oh, yeah, you're able to establish a mental link.
Oh,
with
okay. I
Mechalor.
was like, I'm just gonna tell. Why am I blanking on the name that's been repeated like 1,400 times?
Mechalor!
Mechalor.
Mechalor. That we can continue the conversation in complete silence, like this. While we're having this talk with also Andrea.
Okay. Mechalor is, I don't feel like it has anything else to say. Mechalor is going to say, "There's no need for silence."
Please.
Does he say that out loud, or does he say that through
He
the
says that
mental
out
link?
loud.
Okay. Well, I'll just cut off the mental link then, because like, oh, not going anywhere with
Please
that.
be silent.
After, I think, the last rock, Ostrander is going to stop throwing things at Mechalor, and she's going to exhale and say, "I'm sorry, it's not your fault you were sent to spy on me." Mechalor is going to descend down to the ground and say, "Now you're being reasonable, young princess."
Why do I feel this is a trick? Can I insight that?
Go ahead.
Amazing insight. Totally know what's going on.
And you feel like Ostrander is being sincere.
Can I roll insight check?
Go for it. I love as this is going on, I love how Claw is playing with Mango. It's just like, this is how a princess interacts with her animal companion. Not like that.
I was like, this is how you're supposed to treat your pets.
I like how you can, like, sum up Mechalor's, like, interactions is like a tale of two princesses.
Right?
Just like, Alessandria, you stupid bird spy out on me. You're a trusted companion. Welcome to the order.
I love the party has like flip flopped a lot on our opinion of Mechalord.
I wonder if I can get him Falcon Sunyeth armor.
Again, Kenneth feels that she's being earnest.
I was gonna say, Brandon, with my ear for deceit, if I'm trying to determine if someone is lying, I treat any roll of 7 or lower as an 8.
Okay, so that is going to be 6 plus 8 is 14.
14.
Yeah, you get a sense that Asuandria is being earnest. She was probably angry and has calmed down after getting it out of her system.
If anything, it's like we're not really surprised anymore. It's happened so much.
Okay, alright. I wanted to know that before I said anything. Alright. I think Aussie's maybe starting to get this here. Be the better person. Not damn it, I can't remember. Mechalord's fault. Keep want to say Mechalord.
I didn't think of this for a second. No, I'm not gonna bring it up because that's just I know you wouldn't cause that kind of drama.
So, do you think the magnate's busy now with the feast?
I mean, probably, but we should probably go bug her anyway.
I mean,
If we talk to her while she's distracted, she might say yes.
Reina did state that she would help try and help us try to
it
convince.
might be better to wait, when we can get some backup. Trying to convince her that this is a good idea and that we're going to succeed where they fail.
Looking up, Asuandria is going to say, well, the sun's set, so Mom's done with her High Council meeting.
Maybe Galesong can help us at the feast.
You seem pretty confident that he'll actually show up to this feast.
He's known for that.
From what it seems like was very intent on was set in charge for also setting it up. Or not us, Reina. My mind slipped. Out of character.
Then I guess we're going to this feast? Nobody actually answered my question.
I mean, she did, Reina did let them know that we would be attending, or probably. Or at least Alexander and I'm pretty sure you all coming along is also expected, considering lately it's hard to find us without everybody else being too far behind or too far away.
I'm a dip.
I told her to set a session for 6.
I mean, if we have time before the feast, I kind of just wanted to go home and check with my dad. It's been several days since I last talked to him, and I'm not usually away from the shop this long. I just kind of want to let him know what's been going on.
Is your shop not that far away?
It's on the Palace Concourse.
I'd say it's in, like, the shopping district. Like, we are nobles.
I mean, plenty of nobles live in Somar Villa. Claw's family lives day and a half.
Okay, fair. No, we're here in the city. We've just been so busy I haven't had a chance to actually stop by and let them know what's, that I'm kind of a part of all this now.
I mean, if we have time, I don't see too much of a reason why not, as long as either he is allowed to go out that far, or if you just wanted you and a few of us to go with you while we save you a spot at the feast.
I mean, I'm sure my dad would love to meet you, considering I made a bunch of new friends in the last couple days that I kind of just need to give him you know, he's probably getting worried again. Like he's used to me just helping out in the shop. I don't usually go out too much before this.
Go see your dad.
I'm sure he'd love to meet you if you want to come with. Otherwise, I'll probably be back soon.
I'm willing to go with.
If Aussie can't go, then I should probably stay here with her. Don't want her to get lonely.
Well, as you guys are talking, Mechalor is going to fly to Asuandria's shoulder, trying to land as gently as it can, flapping its wings wildly as it slows down, and it's going to speak up and say, "Young princess, the head diviner, Raina Renalpaw, Surreal, is aware that my cover has been blown." She's going to say, "You didn't do a good job of hiding it." Mechalor is going to nod and say, "Yes, I need to learn this skill better." She requests your presence at the Earth Gate.
You know, I could also probably, like, there's a tanner not too far off from the shop. Well, I say a tanner. A tanning shop close by. We could probably get you a piece of leather for the hawk. Those claws look sharp.
That's a great idea.
Let's go to the Earth Gate.
Mechalor is going to say, "Yes, my claws must be sharp for tearing the eyeballs from my foes."
Yes, but you don't want to tear up her shoulder.
That's what we meant.
Mechalor, until we can get something a little safer for Aussie, why don't you hang out on one of the rest of us?
I would like to note that I'm wearing
armor. Probably Stadora. She's actually wearing armor.
Or
and of
Shadora
course
was
Mechalor
armored.
is part of her.
You can negate that 1 point of piercing damage. I'm sorry, I thought she was in her fine clothes.
No.
Well, that and Mechalor is also part of her order.
I have to be ready for, one of 12 Red Hex diplomats to come out of the bushes.
All right, you guys begin walking
fine,
across the courtyard to the Earth Gate. When you arrive at the Earth Gate, you see Raina mounted on a horse. There is a second horse here. Raina's going to look back towards Asuandria and say, "Come on, Asuandria, you're coming with me. We have a magical matter to investigate in the city as head diviner and apprentice." Asuandria's face is going to light up and say, "I get to go into the city?" Raina is going to nod and say, "We don't have a lot of time. Come on." She looks to the rest of the party and
I guess you already know what we were talking about.
Raina is decently aware. She's going to say, "I listen in on Mechalor ever so often, especially when I heard another voice in his mind."
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh joy, we have a telephone straight to your head.
Raina is going to say he's here for her protection. As she gestures her head, Mechalor is going to fly under her cloaked shoulder.
Amelia's just glaring at Raina from the back.
How dare you awaken my falcon?
I mean, in her defense, Asuandria did ask for that.
Yeah, but she didn't ask for it to literally destroy her books.
No, this is kind of a monkey's paw situation.
She asked for a friend, not a bird. Raina should have called one of us back.
Well, she specifically said a new friend, and holding said bird.
Also,
Anyways,
Claw's friends before you guys were all animals, so...
If anything, Claw can relate very well.
Auntie, what's this issue going on in the city?
I think it's your mother.
Yeah, Reyna looks at you, and her eyes are going to connect, and she nods, saying, like, nothing. You can roll me an insight check if you don't get it, but yeah, that's pretty much it. Just like, it's not something we want to just shout out in the open.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, the thing from earlier. Oh wait, did you guys?
Should I,
Yes.
should I come along?
Yeah,
like-
she'll say we've got room for one, but we've got room for one. That's not much of a riding horse. It's or rather, that horse is trained to follow. Don't slow us down.
Alexander starts stretching in place. I think I'll be okay.
All right. Otherwise, Reyna's not really wasting time. She's going to whip her horse. The second her horse starts running, Asuandria's horse starts following.
And I'll start running after him too.
Well,
Also,
what is-
Andrea, send someone to find us when you're back.
And she'll call back and say, "Yes, immediately."
I'm gonna find a way to kill Reyna someday.
I'm just gonna look at her like,
I
why?
feel like everybody just kind of turns and looks like, what?
I mean, granted, she's not my favorite person, but you know,
So, Anderson, did you
Many
still want
reasons.
to go? You said your shop wasn't too far away. Probably.
yeah.
If you to
I
go
mean,
visit
yeah,
there, we can.
Brandon, how far is it?
Shop is on the Palace Concourse. I would say 30 minutes walking. You could be there.
It's like it's not terribly far. It's about half an hour walk.
Character-wise, would we have enough time to go there, hang out a little bit, and come back before the feast?
As long as you guys don't spend too much time there.
I'd say, do we have enough time to spend like maybe an hour, like a short rest?
Hey, wait, will your
Yeah,
father
yeah.
be at the feast?
Oh, that's a good question. I don't know. I'll have to find out, and I'll ask my dad. Again, there's like I haven't.
Right.
Yeah, I need to catch up with my dad, but there's actually might be a good chance he was invited, but maybe not. I don't know. We're kind of low on the totem pole when it comes to
We should
nobles.
have asked Reyna. Oh well, let's go.
I'll be right back, guys. So if you want to do that first, okay?
Okay, that works for me. All right. Heading to the tailor shop. Jackal, I don't remember naming your father's shop. Did you ever name it?
The shop itself?
Yes.
No, we never named it.
All right, I'm going to name it Rayleigh's Threads.
Works for
Or
me.
how about Threads of Fate? There we go.
Threads of Fate. Sure. No, that's better actually.
Ironic.
Why it's better. The Threads of Fate.
All right.
And basically, how I picture it is like we have the shop, and then like basically the living quarters is above the shop, like on the second story.
Yeah.
Oh, kind of like the Kung Fu Panda situation. Or...
Pretty much, yeah.
The secret ingredient.
Like the secret ingredient in the threads. That's how we make them look so good, Anderson.
It's phase spider silk.
All right. Heading into the shop. Anderson, you are going to see your father's apprentice, a half-elven woman. She is taking the measurements of somebody standing in the front window of your shop as you step inside. she's going to. You know this person as Mika.
Mika?
And yes, and she is going to say, "Ah, Lord Rayleigh, you're back."
Mika, I told you didn't have to call me Lord Rayleigh. It's great to see you, though. Have you seen my dad?
She's going to nod and say, "He's balancing the ledgers upstairs."
Alright. Thanks. Oh, by the way, I brought some friends. I hope you don't mind.
She's going to look at them and say, "Do they need anything embroidered?"
Do you guys, like, while we're here?
I'm good.
Not really embroidered.
Not really. Fine. Thank you.
Not today. Thanks.
Alright, she's gonna nod and look at the rest of the party and say, "Well, make yourselves at home. If you need anything, just let me know." The man who's currently being measured is gonna say, "Mm-hmm." She's gonna say, "Yes, of course," and get back to taking his measurements. Heading upstairs, Anderson, you are going to pass by a array of mannequins with half-finished garments on each of them. Getting into your father's office, I'm assuming you don't knock; you just kind of open it.
Yeah, I just kind of opened it up. It's like, Dad, I'm home.
He's gonna look up and say, "Ah, Anderson! Last I heard, I got a message from the magnate that you're on an important mission of hers."
Yeah, everything at that point. A lot of things have happened in the last, week. Anyway, I wanted to introduce
he's
you to my
going
friend.
to rub your shoulders as he stands up and says, "My son working for the magnate and the head diviner. Her letter was so short."
Yeah.
I have to say, son, I never wanted you to be a knight. I always wanted you to find your own path. And he's going to nod and say, "I'm happy."
Internally screaming inside because I was planning on telling him about everything that's been happening, but now I'm having second thoughts about the dreams.
Hello!
Anyway, these are my
stumbles
friends.
upstairs.
And I guess co-workers as well.
I would have stayed downstairs unless dragged.
I dragged you.
Okay.
Oh, these are the young ladies and lords ladies from the feast.
Yeah,
Is Kenneth there, Ramon?
Yes.
Lords and ladies.
no.
There as well.
Oh, and Claw, yeah.
Oh, and
Claw's a princess. Don't try and get out of this.
I was saying, this is Claw, Kenneth, Lumilia, and Stadora. I'm hoping I didn't forget anyone else. That's actively with the party.
Amelia.
I said Lumilia.
Yeah, Lumilia was the first one to
Okay.
introduce. He's gonna say, "So, how about that feast? It was quite wild."
Yeah! Speaking of, there's another one tonight for Gale'Sung that I've been invited to.
We assume nobody will die.
Hopefully. This time.
He's going to nod and say, "Son, there's something you should know. Your new position with the magnate, as much as I respect it, I want you to... I honor your decisions as you should honor mine. Our family has been long associated with the Naycarts, and I've decided to support the Nyatans as the head of the Nakart Alliance. My initial fears were that since the Magnate was funding them, that there would be nothing more than puppets for her. But this young lord has stepped out on his own.
No, he hasn't.
I'd say, like, I've personally been in contact with...
No, he hasn't! He's not controlled... he's not controlled by the Magnate. He doesn't just listen to anyone who's channeling gold into his pocket.
No, he's controlled by the Magnate's
Controlled by
grandmother.
Lieutenant Virgil.
Guys!
There's no shine in these mannequins.
Sorry, I'm sorry.
I feel like all of that's fair though in character.
No, that's all in character.
Yeah.
I was just gonna step aside slowly.
I was like, we have personally talked to the new Lord Nakart, and it's true that he's not working for the Magnate, but I'll be honest, Dad, I find him spineless.
Yeah. Spineless leaders means less war. It's not like we have many knights in the family.
I feel
The
like
current
spineless
Magnate
leader-
is trying to avoid war.
I find that spineless leaders tend to be easily influenced by everyone around them. Specifically, people who want to take advantage of said spineless leaders.
Curious Knighton's only, what's the word I want to use here?
If anything, although his fiance is super nice.
The only thing Curious Knighton aspires to is hiding behind whatever will let him breathe the next day.
I didn't come here to talk about.
Yeah, as you
Alliances.
say this, Lord Rayleigh is gonna just kind of straighten up his clothes and say, well, we'll see how the young lord develops. He could very well be the next provincial lord of Verothia.
May Lily have mercy on you if that happens.
We'll see what the future brings. This is not the reason I came to talk to you. I just kind of wanted to let you know what we've been up to the last couple days. And also that, we're going on another mission that's going to be out of town and will probably be out for a couple weeks?
Months? We
Months?
may die.
No.
Months?
Well,
The head diviner said the business you were on wasn't dangerous.
well,
At some point,
Not-
you have to step out on your own and write your own story. But please, you left so suddenly last time. He's going to walk back to the desk, and he's going to scribble on a ledger and then move a stack of coins into a bag and say, at least allow me to contribute to your adventures. Knowing you're well suited out there will just do my heart a little bit of ease.
thanks, Dad. I promise I'll stay safe. I'm with good people.
Anderson, you can add 150 coins to your inventory.
Oh damn, my dad's generous.
We won't let anything happen to him.
I wish I had rich parents.
One of your parents is a general.
And
I'd say you have a whole different kind of influence.
Who do you think's our money bag's gonna be on our way to Alien?
the land.
Oh no.
Also, Andrea.
The
We're
million.
going to be fed exclusively off Mechalor's hunting skills.
Mechalor, the reckoner of rabbits.
Hey, rap, those are some
Hey.
good eating.
If you catch it, I'll cook it.
I was good at hunting. He's actually able to confirm us to be able to eat for the most part. No
Nice.
matter where we are. Don't have to make a check.
Anyway, we've been on our feet and moving around a lot, so do you mind if we just kind of hang out in the house for like an hour or so before heading back out?
Yeah, he's
Oh,
going to
cute.
say, of course. It's your home too.
Thanks, Dad. And I'll give him a hug. And like, love ya.
he'll hug back and say, well, of course, I've got to get back to managing the business. And he's going to sit back at his desk. If you guys hang out in this room, he regales the party with stories of work stories. But this one councilman came in and, he wanted this coat.
I was going to go back, because I knew this and I didn't want to hear them again. I would go to my own room.
That's fair.
Going downstairs and huffing.
I'll listen to clothing stories.
Oh my gosh. He wanted this one coat with like this emblem on it, and it was like it was a really, really stupid emblem with a terrible material, and it just ruined the... Sorry,
Lumilia's still got on her neon red and yellow dress.
Oh, she only owns one dress.
Yeah, that's all she has with her. She's just worn it
Oh,
this entire time.
that?
Well, I just wonder if he'll comment on it, because the coloring is awful.
As you are like talking to him after about like 40 minutes of this, and he finishes his ledgers, he's just so happy to have somebody listening to his dad's stories that he's just like, let's get you something nice. Lumilia, you can add a second set of fine clothes to your inventory as he takes you through the shop and tries to fit you into a dress.
Claw is going to go and go to Anderson as he left and kind of ask him, everything all right there, Anderson? You seemed a little
Anderson is not with... Oh, wait, no, I'm sorry. Anderson is with you.
Mm-hmm.
Jackal AFK, though. So...
I'm going to do something out of character for a Drake, and I'm going to look at shirt.
Okay. Do you ask for one?
A
No,
dress
just
is
looking.
just a really long shirt.
Blasphemy for my kind.
Before we finish up with this, I'll allow you to talk to Anderson when Jackal gets back. But for now, let's jump over to Anthony. Anthony, are you there? All right. Let's. So you are going to travel with Reyna. Oh, let me actually switch back to the city. You are going to travel with Reyna and Asuandria and Mechalor to the Kalkin office. And let's get more appropriate music. Alright, that's fair. Alright, you're going to travel with Reyna, Mechalor, and Asuandria to the Kalkin office. As you finish sprinting behind them, the horses coming to a stop. Asuandria, or rather Reyna, dismounts and then helps Asuandria dismount. She's going to speak and say, Asuandria, I'm going to need your help in here. You aren't to say anything unless I instruct you to do so. Asuandria nods, and she's going to walk in outside and say, someday, or start walking towards the door and say, someday, trips and adventures like this might be, or rather trips and jobs like this might be common for you, when you take over the position of the Mind Mage inside of the Diviner's quarters. Asuandria is going to nod. She looks back at Anderson and says, I may have a small inclination as to what's going on with your brother. Hopefully it can be resolved simply.
You mean Alexander?
Oh yeah, and Alexander. Opening the door to the Kalkin quarters. Let's see, what was the new Kalkin member's name? Gotta pull up my notes. All right, let's see. Alivion? Nope. Oh, Farron. All right. Yeah. Farron's going to be on desk duty today. As Reyna steps in, he is going to come to the best attention that he can. You know, the Kelkin isn't like a military; they're more like PIs. And he's going to head diviner. You didn't send word you were coming. We've been taking contracted jobs, arcane matters that have needed handling. Do you need me to show you to our records room? She's going to say, no, I'm actually here to inspect your dungeons. I was informed of a prisoner you have. He's going to say, yes, milady, she's one of our members. She was afflicted with something on our last travels. She's not safe for the city, but until we find out if she can be cured or not, we have her restrained.
It's okay, Farron. I asked Reyna to come and take a look at Mom.
He's going to nod and say, yes, of course, Lord Vega. I'll show you down there. Reyna is going to say, just unlock the dungeon, and you're to stay up here. And he's going to nod and say, yes, Your Grace. Reyna re-walks to the stairwell that leads down into the dungeons, unlocking the hefty door that blocks it. Reyna descends down into the dungeon. It is pitch black. He's going to call and say, or rather, before she goes all the way down, he's going to call and say, the less she sees, the more calm she is. Reyna's going to nod and say, I hardly think that matters. She casts light. Andrea is going to cling to Anderson's arm.
Alexander.
Oh, I'm sorry, Alexander. At the sound of footsteps, you hear a rattling start on the gate of the cell. As Meat screams, "Let me out! I need to get to the Kadka!" As soon as Andrea steps down in the light of Reyna's spell, Meat, illuminated by dim light, calms. Meat is going to look around and see Alexander and say, where am I? Princess? Stein. What? Why am I in the cell? Reyna's going to say, what were you doing before you came back? Meat's going to try and remember and say, I think the princess and her friends, you asked me to distract that night and meet back up in the capital. I was in Furtar Hamlet. Reyna's going to nod and say, of course you were. Andrea, she's going to look towards Andrea and say, Andrea, you didn't tell me you worked with any Kalkin members. Right? Andrea's going to pout and say, you didn't give me lots of opportunities to. Also, you kept things from me. Again,
Asti,
Reyna is going to
please.
silence her and say, "You do not speak unless I tell you specifically to say something." Again, Andrea nods. What did Anderson say? Or Alexander say?
He was just saying, Asti, please. This is, I know, kind of hard right now, but this is my mom, and we're just trying to help her. I'm just asking, please help Auntie Reyna for me.
Reyna is going to look to Andrea and say, "Tell her to do whatever she wants." Andrea is going to squint her face, and Reyna's going to say, "Say it." She's going to look towards Meat and say, "Do whatever you want." Meat's looking confused from the cell is going to say, "Why wouldn't I?" At which point, Reyna's going to exhale and say, "I'll talk to Farron upstairs and get you out of here." She's going to say, "What happened?" Reyna's going to say, "Nothing. It's you might have gotten into a scuffle. They weren't sure if you were." She's going to say, "They weren't sure if you'd be okay. You forgot yourself for a little bit." Reyna giving a sharp look to Andrea and Alexander. At which point, Meat is going to say, "God damn, whoever it was must have hit me hard. I don't remember a thing." At
It's
which
okay,
point,
Mom. A lot of things happened that day.
At which point, she's going to... Reyna's going to say, "Andrea, go upstairs and get Farron." Andrea nods. Reyna inspects Meat for a long moment out of Andrea's presence. Meat seems like herself. At which point, Farron comes downstairs and he's going to say, "What did you do?" And Reyna's going to say, "Don't worry about it. Just know the problem's solved. Should this ever come up again, contact my quarters immediately." He's going to nod. Unlocking the cell, Meat is going to come out and hug Alexander and say, "Reyna, it's been a few days." Reyna's going to smile and say, "It has, Lady Vega. It's always a pleasure to see you. There's a feast happening tonight at the Grand Hall inside Zenith Rise. If you wish to attend, I can see to it that you're put on the list." Meat's going to smile and say, "God, you know I love a party."
Apparently, Gale Song's supposed to be there.
And yeah, at that, Reyna's going to say, "I'm taking Andrea back to the castle. Do you want time to catch up? Or are you traveling back with us?" She looks at Alexander.
I do, but I do want to spend time with her for a little bit before the party, but Mom, is it alright if I talk to Auntie Reyna outside before they leave? Aussie and Auntie Reyna?
And Meat's gonna say, "Yeah, of course. Why wouldn't it be?"
Just wanted to make sure. I'll be back in a few minutes.
Reyna's going to start walking up the stairs with you, and she's going to say, "There was an incident well over a decade ago. I don't have a mind mage currently in my services, but I trust I won't need to wipe your mind of this event."
I won't say anything. I just have a question.
Reyna nods.
Is this because she wasn't able to finish what Aussie asked her?
Oh. Reina's going to say, even telling you that much would give you too much insight.
Reina, you know that we know a lot already. I can kind of put two and two together. If this all started when she was trying to get there, because the last thing she remembers is telling or being told to meet up at the Capitol. That's why, isn't it? Because she didn't meet up.
Rena's going to nod and say, in a sense, it's only on certain people, and it's not an all-powerful command she has, or any ability to dominate or control people. I've never seen it like this, but it was reminiscent enough. We don't fully understand it ourselves, and it's not something we experiment with inside of our quarters.
There was a servant, I don't remember their name, but they're shattered like Mom is, who was told by, I guess, Aussie to leave her alone or something to that effect, and since then she's never gone near her. Does it only work on people like Mom and the servant?
That person was also a knight, by the way.
She's going to Reina's going to narrow her gaze a little bit and say, I heard of flunk sparring 2 other different knights to get out of duties of watching Asu Andrea. I thought it was coming from the same frustration I have. I'll investigate it.
Okay. Thanks for helping, and sorry if this caused you any issues.
Reina's going to shake her head as you guys are about to get to the top of the stairwell, and she's going to say, we accidentally changed the world once. We're not aiming to do it a second time.
Yeah, let's not do that. Let's just change the perspective of our view of it. How's that?
She shrugs. Andrea is waiting at the desk. She's leaning over and looking at Farron's ledgers. And Reina's going to say, Andrea, we're going back to the castle. Andrea says, yes, ma'am. Again, Reina's going to hold up a hand and say, you don't speak. Oh, and she stops herself and just nods.
Don't worry, Aussie. I'll be there in a little bit. I just wanted to make sure Mom's okay before I head out back to the castle, okay?
Andrea again nods. Her and Reina step out of the door. A few moments later, Farron is going to be walking upstairs behind Meat. Meat is again gonna just be saying, like, I don't know who it was, but whoever caught me off guard, it's gonna be the last good one they ever get on me.
If I had to take a guess, it was that is that crazy cultist lady that we were dealing with, remember?
Roll me a deception check.
Please?
Roll him a deception check for him, Brandon.
Fair. Meat is gonna shake her head and say, "No, nah, I don't think it was her. She was long out of town before we were there."
I'm not
Got
sure.
a 3, by the way.
Figures. I'm not sure, but as long as you're feeling better, Mom, that's all that matters, right?
She nods and she'll say, "I'm gonna take a few days to recover, but I'll be back on the beat as soon as I'm up for it."
Well, after the party tonight, maybe you should head down to Somar and visit the keep down there. It's bigger and gives you more room to relax and just kick back.
At which point she's gonna say, "Damn, that's a good idea. I could use a couple days in Somar Villa. Maybe I'll convince whoever the next provincial lord is to start throwing balls again." Good shit, Alexander. Good shit.
Thanks. Oh, and if they ask, I know nothing of the horses. He says with a shady grin on his face.
Yeah, she'll say horses, and Farron is gonna recount. Oh no, Farron wouldn't know either. Yeah. Anyways, if that's all, Alexander can head back to the castle, or is there anything else you want to do here?
No, just hang out, and Meat said she was probably going to come too, so he would travel with her.
Okay. All right, so we'll reconvene the party at the feast. So jumping back.
I was going to say, if we could go back.
Yeah, I was going to say.
I know, Claude kind of got cut off. I had to go do something.
Yeah, before we do, Claw, well, all of the party minus Alexander, back in the shop. Claw steps into Anderson's room. You're able to address him.
You all right there, Anderson?
Yeah, just kind of realizing the weight and kind of the shit we're in, and how it might really cause my dad to panic. Also, I don't know. I trust my dad's judgment, but I'm not happy that he decided to join the Nakart Alliance.
I understand why.
I'm going to jump in real quick just to equip you with the proper information, Jackal. Your dad is a part of the Nakart Alliance. Your family was always in service to the Nakarts. Lethelia disappeared in a cloud of smoke, and her husband died years earlier. So and she had no heirs. So no one really knows who's in charge. And there's lots of people saying, "Well, now I'm in charge," and who
the Niatan Alliance is what you're
Niatan, I guess.
Yeah, so it is the Nakart Alliance, but basically, who is your father saying is in charge of the Nakart Alliance? Who do the 60,000 soldiers go to?
Right. I mean, I understand your concerns, and while I do agree with them, and political matters can always be hard between families, especially when they don't always agree. Just guess you thought you could talk to him about things a bit more as well. Seemed like there was a lot of things on your mind that kinda had to get locked up from what it seemed like based off your expression.
Well, I wanted to talk to him about Well, you know, the dreams and everything, but I don't know, when I saw him, all of a sudden, it really didn't seem like a good idea.
I trust that judgment, as sometimes our guts can guide us to a better decision. But at the same time, I can see why you would want to tell him, but not at this moment. I think when you have better understanding and knowledge of what exactly these rules are, or coherency to, maybe having a time when things aren't as hectic, trying to sit down and talk to him might not be a bad idea.
I'll talk to him eventually. Now that I'm actually in my own bed and everything's kind of calming down, I kind of just want to take a nap. Wake me when we're ready to go. Nah, with that, like, Anderson's just gonna roll over, like, with his blanket on top of him.
Claw will nod, and basically he'll come back upstairs to wake him up once we start heading out,
Okay.
checking up on everybody that's downstairs. And everybody's only seen Claw in leather armor. He hasn't worn any common clothes.
I mean, it seems my dad is giving out free clothing, so.
Yeah, no, I'm bringing that up as a slight joke of, you know, he's also the Invisible Man, so he's not. That'll be an entertaining moment. But checking up on everybody downstairs, Claw will kind of see what everybody else is doing.
Yeah.
Lia's admiring her new dress.
Yeah, everybody's able to, get the benefits of a short rest. If anybody wants to describe what their character is doing, you're welcome to.
I'm looking through shirts.
Just perusing.
I need something with padding in the chest.
Fair.
That's the whole armor.
Well, I need
Drakes
something.
don't believe in
I need
shirts.
I needed something a little cushier to wear under the chainmail.
Actually, Claw will ask, Mr. Relay, do you have anything that, or any way that you could possibly make a small spot for my companion to be able to curl up in that's a little bit cooler? I don't want her to overheat from the warm hood that I have. He'll call Flamingo to slither out. Because snakes have to thermoregulate, so if they get too hot, she would have a cooler spot, like maybe along the mid of my back or something like that. Might not be a bad idea.
I feel like he could take a like a pouch with like a strap, almost something that looks like a purse, and just put like silk inside of it. Let's say.
I was about to recommend silk. Good idea.
Yeah, and at this, he'll like let Claw touch it, and then he'll say, "I can sew it inside so that it sticks." However, my labor is not free.
How much would it be for you to do something like this? Just a minor adjustment.
For the silk and the time it takes to sew, 3 silver.
Sure.
And silver for the pouch, 4 in total.
Sure, I can do that.
Anderson!
Oh god.
Anderson, you're given a, your dad is gonna come into your room and say, "Hey, one last job, son." He gives you a pouch, a needle, some thread, and cloth.
I just wake up like bleary-eyed.
You can still get the results of your short rest as you sit and sew.
No, I've done it so much that I'm just like mindlessly doing it.
My labor's not cheap. Anderson's isn't either. Alright. Otherwise, once Claw hands over the coins, whenever Anderson finishes, he'll hand you the pouch.
Thank you.
Snake bag.
Yep, cool snake bag.
All right, so I am going to skip forward.
I'm gonna take a nap immediately afterwards.
I mean, that's pretty much how it is when you return to your parents' house. Like,
Pretty much.
Every time I go to my mom's house or my dad's house, it's like I'm on vacation. That's funny.
Right.
It's like, well, since you're back in the house, you can do chores again.
Yeah, exactly.
I was sick once and had to stay home with my dad for 2 days, and he was just like, "Great, let's relay the hardwood flooring," as I'm sick.
Yeah. Claw is going to say, didn't think that one through. Sorry.
No, it's fine. This happens a lot, actually.
All right.
Also,
All right.
Lumilia's gonna give him a gold for the dress. Because he didn't ask for payments, I'm just gonna give him something at least.
Oh. Well, the four have graced you with generosity. Thank you. He'll take it. So we're gonna time skip. Everybody's returning to the castle at Zenith Rise, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Give me 1 second. I didn't think I'd need this again, but let's restore the feast room. Okay, is there anything important that happens before the feast? Ooh, yes, there is. Alright, as the party is reconvening, let me roll if Asuandria makes it. Okay, cool. Alright, as the party is reconvening, I'm going to say everybody is gathering in the Grand Festival, or the Grand Vestibule, in a small little area, before the feast. Servants are, tending to the who's who, getting everybody seated in their proper spots. There's going to be a god in attendance tonight. As you guys are waiting in this area, you are going to see Maria walk by. Maria is in a soldier's uniform. She's got a breastplate on and padding over the sides of her legs, but otherwise she's wearing trousers and a nice vest underneath the breastplate. And she has a elaborate sword at her waist on one side, and another sword underneath that one.
Lumilia's gonna squeal and clap a little.
She's walking with...
I'm going to assume I changed into some fresher clothes while I was at my house.
Yeah. Everybody can assume they are somewhat feast ready. She's walking with Oro, and she's going to wave and smile as she walks by. And Oro's going to stop, and he gestures his head over towards the party. Maria's going to nod and step away. She walks over to the party and says, "Guess who's a squire?"
Congratulations! I'm so proud of you.
Good job. Who are you under?
She's going to look and say, "Dad, Lord Oswin, Consort Regan Oswin."
It's gonna be rough for you, isn't it?
He's a hard ass, but I've already trained with him for several years.
Language.
I actually meant the title thing.
She's going to say, yes, I mean, he's tough in training, but, yeah, that's not going to be much different, other than being a little bit more respectful. And she's going to gesture at her second sword underneath hers, and say, and guess who's looking for a suitor?
Finger gun.
Nice.
Just make sure that you are confident before you offer anyone Euro's Blade, okay? I don't want to have to kill anyone.
She's going to nod and say, where were you for the rest of my life?
I didn't exist yet.
Fair.
Right. you
There's
only
lots on
exist for
track with
5
that
years.
statement.
In any case, let me... Maria looks a little bit troubled as she opens her mouth to say something, and then she closes it, and she's gonna say, well, I'm gonna return to his side. Enjoy the feast.
Okay, if you have time later, I'd like to talk to you.
She nods.
Hear about your first day.
If there's ever anything on your mind or something you want to talk about, we're always open. By the way.
Again, she's going to nod and begin walking back in stride behind Oro.
She seems happy.
But concerned about something.
Or she just really wants to propose to Weston.
That's gonna be incredibly awkward.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially since he's sterile.
Especially when we break its jaw.
He's
So-
what?
I'm not making
What?
you roll a deception check, Rob.
Oh, does she know?
I mean, I haven't told anybody.
Oh no.
No,
I'm
more
sure
so
Weston
doesn't have the information.
I'm not smart enough to.
Oh yeah,
realize
no, it's
that.
not a deception check because it's not. I mean, is it wrong? Absolutely. Does Trador know better? No.
It's just he's sterile. How would you know?
I think the only one who would be relatively pertinent to that information would technically be.
Marlena said that children weren't in his future.
Oh, that's true.
I don't think that's an unreasonable leap in logic.
No, that's not unreasonable, actually.
Again, I'm not making you roll a deception check.
Again, me the player, I'm talking me the player, I'm technically lying, or me the character. What's Trador know?
She's a 14-year-old.
Well, let's hope no one dies this time, right, guys?
Yeah.
No promises.
Servants come out and
Adora,
take the
no
next
killing the bird.
group in.
You know, as long as doesn't go exactly like last time, I'm sure it'll be fine.
I wouldn't let anybody make any big speeches with spears.
So we all agree, if someone tries to make a big speech with a weapon, we just tackle them.
Yeah, probably a good call.
I'll knock an arrow to try and disarm.
Earthfire!
No, it's just I'd like to give him a tell. He's got a weapon in hand. Take him down.
Someone begins pushing through the crowd of waiting people. Oh man, I don't have this guy's character card.
Oh! Wait, the Earthfire yell was actually an in-character moment, wasn't it?
Oh wait, really? I thought that.
Wait, Earthfire.
Lumilia looks afraid.
Run.
As you turn around, and I'll have this guy's card next session.
Oh no, I know who it is.
You are
It's
going
the
to see Freen,
It's not my dad.
Stonefoot, The Sagite that Lumilia used to study next to. Freen, he is a bit of a burlier fella, is going to walk up to Lumilia and say, when Sage Skytender said that you were in town, I couldn't let you come out and have adventures and impressing him and making Sage before me. But when I heard the God of Storms was here, did everything I could to get in to this feast. In such short notice, there was room on the guest list. But gods damn, you're always in front of me. As he approaches Lumilia and says,
Hello, Freen.
Who's your friend?
Allow me to introduce my fellow Sagite under my father, Freen,
You're not
who
a
will
Sagite
be
anymore.
very happy to hear that I am no longer a Sagite.
well, I mean, Sage Skytender's favorite student.
Sure you are.
Wait!
You're his only student now. I just informed him yesterday that I'm stepping down to be a Shia daughter.
You... What?
I feel that I need to further my knowledge by seeing more of the world. It is the best decision for serving my champion.
Are you
She
trying,
looks like tight-lipped, annoyed.
Are you trying to get his favor by being humble and stuff? Well, I renounced my position as Sagai.
You're never
Then
bright,
you're
are you,
just-
big boy?
I'm trying to do it because it's what's best. You're doing it to make him proud. Just go be his favorite. Leave me alone.
He's gonna say, has Sage Skytender gotten your letter?
I'm not sure. I've been a bit busy, seeing as I'm here at the invitation of Head Diviner Reyna.
Reno Pulsaril.
Reyna Palsariel, thank you.
He's gonna point to himself and say, so... I win?
Yes,
Yep.
you do. Good for you. You're his favorite. You're gonna be a sage before me. Well done.
I win. I'm the favorite.
Everybody clap. Clap, clap, clap. Yeah.
He's gonna smile a little bit and say, wait a second. That woman you were talking to, did she not look like Lady Skytender?
That was the stepdaughter of the magnate. I wouldn't accuse her of looking like our mother.
Oh. Alright. By popular opinion, do I make Willow roll a deception check?
I feel like
She
I
did
need a
not
deception
lie.
check there.
Go for a deception check.
She did not lie. She completely said everything truthfully.
Yeah, she said everything truthfully, but she's also dissuading from knowledge that is true.
Hey!
What, two
Wow.
pushes?
I got a 20.
Nice.
He's
Be
gonna
afraid
say,
it doesn't seem
wait,
that bright.
the magnate has a stepdaughter? I bet
I mean,
Yeah.
news of this hasn't reached the mountains yet. If I come back and I tell the sage that I'm the only Sagite he has now in his employ, or in his study, and news of what's happening in the capital, and that I worshipped our god, I mean, I feel like he already liked me more for picking his chantry.
Oh, when you see him, could you let him know that I helped rescue the two daughters of the magnate and that I met Galesong and decided to switch to his chantry because his choices really met with my beliefs?
That's not fair. That's not fair. I could have saved the magnate's daughters if I was here. He just sent
Trick,
you
buddy.
instead of me.
I'm going to mentally link Lumilia and simply ask the question of how hard do you want me to punch him?
Don't punch him. This is normal. This is so normal.
He's gonna say, well, I helped a group of pilgrims whose wagon broke down on the side of the road.
Oh, well done. How did you help them?
Pretty clap! Yay!
I helped replace the wheel. They already had it on the cart.
That's good.
But, I mean, I'll ask the magnate if I can save her family while I'm here. Because I'm capable of such things. I'm better at magic than her. He looks around to the rest of the group.
Buddy, you don't have to prove anything to me. You're fine. Just be special.
Anyways, I think the feast is going to start soon. You should probably head to your table. This one is for the guards of Princess Ossuandria.
I do all the work.
He's gonna just like collect himself and say, well, also that stuff about renouncing my position as a Sakai, I take that back. I'm a Sagai of Galesong himself.
So how that works.
Good for you.
Wait, should we clap?
Just clap. Just clap.
A group of servants are going to come in and gesture you guys into the feast hall.
Yeah. So now you all know my unfriendly contact.
You're unfriendly.
I'm not looking forward to us meeting my unfriendly contact. Oh my god.
We've already met mine.
He's more annoying than I imagined.
I would like it to be noted that Lumilia's name is Lumilia Earthfire. He is also self-named. He's Freen Stoneflame.
Yep. He is.
I hate
Y'all
this
throw a
kid so
dragonborn?
much.
I was like, I never want to talk to him again.
He is not.
Yet I know we're probably gonna have to.
He's nice.
You want to know
In
how
a-
long he's had that name?
5 years.
Yep.
Or are we all gonna have unfriendly contacts? Just group up together, just be the anti-us.
I mean, you've already met my unfriendly contact.
Is it Corwin?
You told me it's Corwin.
Yeah. As it said, that would be cool. An anti-party.
I
Wait,
would
do I have
say
an
that
unfriendly contact?
all of us have an unfriendly contact, Jackal.
Told you guys to all give me
Yeah.
one.
Technically, Freen is also my neutral
I
contact. I
don't
haven't been
think I
alive
did.
long enough for true enemies.
Yeah, no, I don't know who my unfriendly contact is, and I'm afraid to meet them. I just know that they're not my age. That is all I know about them. But anyway,
Lemuria, there is a very few times that we've hung out that someone has come up and I've wanted to be the one to punch them in the face. So
Does
congratulations.
my behavior make more sense now?
Yes. This
actually,
explains so much.
Yeah.
You guys are talking as you're being led into the feast hall, but you can keep
Also, I should mention he is in no way related to my parents. He is actually just the Sagite of my father. He just
He
calls
loves
them parents because I do.
Is
As
he-
far as I know, he's not. Brandon, is he?
No. Freen is a student who actually, or is a Shia son who earned your father's favor, and your father appointed him to a Sagite also. It's not uncommon for sages to have like an upwards of like 6 or 7 students at a time.
So he just calls my parents his parents. To be petty.
What? Is he an orphan?
No.
I think he has a thing for you.
Oh, yeah, that sucks for him.
He's pretty
Dear
bad.
Gale Song, I hope not.
I mean, he's big and kind of dopey. I think it's Anderson type.
Amelia will give a side eye at Anderson and just be like, help yourself.
You know,
I feel like you're insulting Anderson.
I mean, Daphne went for someone kind of stupid.
I will
I don't look
create
down on
character.
her.
I'll create his character sheet next week, but I'll actually roll his intelligence now. He's
What do you
smart.
mean, like, help?
He's
Why
smart.
me, though? I've said nothing. I don't like him either. You mean Alexander?
No,
No.
I know what I said.
I will say, I think you and him would have great conversations there, Anderson.
I want to kill him.
The title of
title
this
of
session: half the party against a
I only
bird, half
just
the
met
party
him.
against a
I
jealous
want to
guy.
kill him.
That would
I think that's
actually
the-
upset my father. So, no.
I think that's the like if someone has caused us all to want to hurt them in any shape, way, or form.
I
He's
don't
got
want
a talent.
Oh, I guess he's talented in making other people hate him.
That's fair.
Too unimportant to, you know.
How dare you call
My
Free
violence
and
wasted on
unimportant? He's the favorite. At least that's what
Let's
he'd
just-
tell you.
Let's just go sit
I
down.
should also mention he's never been the favorite in his life. Or at least, well, not since I was created.
It's a shame for him. Not my problem.
Yeah, I admit it's a bit unfair since all I had to do was be born, but still.
From what I understand, in my very short time here in Ardor, that's literally the greatest act most of you accomplish.
That kind of hurts, but okay.
I was
being
gonna
quiet
wonder if I need
and
to make the rest of the party roll a charisma
basically
check
just
on
hang out with
keeping it
Mango.
together.
I'm
I
just
think
people
it's
watching.
funny I think it's funny the fact that you stepped down as a SAG guy, and you're probably still the favorite.
Probably, yeah. Oh, Alexander, how did it go with your mom?
She's good. She's actually was invited by Reina too. I don't know where they're seating or if she's seating with us or not. But she's gonna take a few days and just recover.
I'm glad she's doing better.
That is good to hear.
I kind of
Rain
hope
would-
Freen actually asks the Mad Nate if he can save her family. Because that'd be hilarious. But I worry she would kill him.
Can I save your family from what?
That might be a threat.
Yeah,
You guys are seated at your table.
phrasing is always an important thing, which.
If anything, I could see Oro just punching him.
Please leave my semi-stepdaughter alone.
Actually, I'd love to see that.
All right. So you guys are seated at your table.
So, sorry I couldn't meet your dad, Anderson. Did everything go okay there?
Yeah, everything went fine. Differences in politics, though.
Mm.
My dad decided to join
The Nyantan.
the Nightan. I don't know what he sees in him.
If you're looking for someone you feel safe with, someone who doesn't want to fight is a decent choice there.
Oh no, my dad would never do that. Like, I'm just worried. My dad's a very trusting person. Like, with a leader as weak as That guy, I'm just concerned he might get caught up in something more than he can handle.
It's worth noting while you guys are talking, other
Well,
groups of
if
people who have been seated already
Weston and
are. Give me 1
Marlena
second.
are
real
pulling
quick,
the
Anthony.
strings of him. At least he has a backbone to stand on, even if it's not his own.
So, as you guys are talking, it's worth noting there are other people that are collected in groups talking and schmoozing. Notable people that are not terribly far from you. If there's an important event of important who's who, Weston is there. You do not see Kiris, and you
Where's
do not
Maria?
see Merlina. Where is Maria? Maria is talking with Oro at the head table. Before you see him gesture down, Maria seems to be making her way into the crowd.
I'm gonna get up and try and meet her.
Okay.
So you said Weston's what, just by himself?
He's talking to a group of people. He's not.
But
yeah, terribly.
he's not with his usual entourage.
Yes.
Mhm.
Is his usual entourage present?
That would be a perception check. I just rolled who was near you guys. I just wanted you to be aware of, like, if you guys, like, speak up, anyone, like, listening could make an active perception check to listen to you guys, but they're not, like, paying attention to you. So if you start, like, if you start bad talking Kiris, I want you guys as players to know if your characters would be aware if Kiris is right there, of, you know, being able to be conscious of your dialogue. That said,
Right.
The only person of note that is within earshot of you guys is Weston, and he's talking to another group of people.
With my passive perception, do I see anybody else that would be of note here currently?
I mean, the who's who of Ardor is here, although it was put together in such short notice. There are people, you know, traveling out of town and stuff. Let's see. I'll roll percentage dice. Ariana, if not Ariana, Anadelia and Anna are the only two high counselors here that you can see. Oh my gosh, this is another great chat. You don't recognize who it is, but you do see a group of soldiers all in uniform around a woman with gray hair who seems pretty important. What else do I need to roll for? Reyna is not down here yet. However, at the head table on a chair, you do see Mechalor is sitting there. And there is one more thing I need to roll. Neither Ariana nor Galesong are here. Neither is Asu Andrea.
Claw's gonna kind of listen in on the conversation of the knights with the gray-haired woman.
They're not in earshot.
Yeah, if there was an earshot, yeah. Well, get into earshot and kind of listen on that conversation.
Oh, wait. Claw has observant, doesn't he?
Yep.
Yeah, if you can see their mouths, then you can make out what they're saying. They're not talking about much of anything important, just troop movements and the stationing and working with basically the citizens of Demon's Door to rebuild and keep Westwind staffed with the Royal Army.
Oh boy,
So there were a lot of actions going on. So I'm going to let Anthony keep talking because I did interrupt him. You were talking about Anderson and his feelings towards the Nakard Alliance and supporting Kiris Niatin. I will get to Lamilia and I will get back to Stradora.
I'm patient.
Well, regardless, just don't let yourself fall into the same kind of trap. Do what you want.
You are your own person, separate of your father. All right, to Stradora's perception check, you do not see Marlena or Curious here.
Boring.
Unfortunately.
Welcome to good old Ardorian party. There.
It was better when
Yep,
somebody died.
forward.
Oh, do you want to go schmooze?
Oh god, do I even know some of these people? I'm gonna roll a perception check.
Ooh, Kenneth, you want to walk around and then see if anybody recognizes me and then, be awkward about it?
Would anybody here even recognize?
I mean, your mom did, and that seems kind of random.
Hey,
It was.
So, there's a big convocation of minds here. Maybe some of these are a little Nagian.
It could be. They were in town. Alright.
yeah, a perception check of people Kenneth recognizes, other than the people I pointed out. I would say that there's nobody over and beyond here.
Alright.
That he sees.
Also,
That's,
it's weird
Kenneth's
that I don't see
face.
Alessandria, so,
There were two words going on. What'd you say, Brandon?
What's Kenneth's faith?
What's your faith?
Oh, Force ended, Umiya.
Okay, Umiya?
Yeah.
That's the one other thing I needed to roll. You would recognize the ocular of her chantry is here.
Oh god, are all the oculars here?
You guys don't know what the other oculars look like. Kenneth knows.
Oh god, you're right.
Because, yeah, Umiya
You don't need to
preaches
worry
her
about that.
followers.
It's not like one of them's gonna look at you and go, I know you.
I knew you, father.
I knew your father, your uncle, and your mother. What about my auntie? I didn't meet her yet.
Sidora just wants to walk around. I'll go with her.
Alrighty. So, Lumilia, that's the other person I needed to jump to. Lumilia, you begin walking towards Maria and who is approaching Weston. Do you move to intercept her or just join the conversation at the same time?
Intercept.
Okay. Maria looks like she's on a mission as you step in front of her. She leans around you and looks at Weston and says, Yes, what's up?
I promise to be quick. Just needed to warn you, there's another Sagite from my temple here, and he recognized that you look kind of like my mom. I've hopefully put him off for a bit, but if anyone weird comes asking, deal with it how you wish. Just wanted to warn you he's here. His name's Freen. He's annoying. You can handle him. That's pretty much it. Just wanted to make sure you weren't caught off guard. Have fun flirting with Weston.
And she is going to nod and say, "Oh,
What?
Maria's going to lean in and whisper real quick and say, "Hey, can you do me a favor and just check on the chefs in the kitchen?
Yeah, sure.
It shouldn't be anything, but if anything is wrong, just come back as quick as you can and let me know. Thank you."
Thank you. And Lumilia's gonna cast guidance on her real quick. Well, she heads off to Weston.
All right.
And then go to the kitchens.
All right. She is going to. I'm just going to roll this for everybody in the room. And those who look over can see her talking. She draws a sword, and there is a small discussion, at which point the people in the room, who's ever paying attention, are going to notice Weston takes the sword, goes on one knee and nods his head, and then stands back up. She unties the belt and hands him the scabbard.
And probably only in it.
Maria's going to big red blush on her face, walk back up to the head table. At that, let's see. Do we want to handle Stradora and company, or do we want to handle Lumilia? Let's handle Stradora and company. So let's me properly split how the party is. Claw, Anderson, and Alexander are sitting at the table where you were seated. Stradora, Kenneth are walking around, and Lumilia is heading to the kitchen attached to the feast hall. E, message me what that roll was for.
Yep, I will.
Alright, and so handling Stradora. Let's see, does anybody recognize her? I guess like Stradora and Kenneth doing loops. You get all the way to near the upper tables, passing by the high counselors, and Anadelia and Anna are going to look over at you as you walk by. Anadelia is going to gesture for you to come closer and say, Star.
Yes, Auntie?
That information I gave you earlier, did it pan out in your favor?
It did.
Anna is going to say, interesting. So 3 gods are currently inside of Ardor.
Yes.
This can only end terrible.
Wait, aren't there usually? Well, no.
There's usually one.
Wait. I'm sorry, I'm confused because
No,
there's like
wait.
so there's 3 in order. It's like right now it's like, well, yeah, 3 of your 4 ascended.
Oh, wait, I'm sorry, 4.
Or yeah, I know. I
Four
was kind of that in
gods
my
are
head
in
too.
Ardor.
Yeah, like it's
Like
normal.
I knew what you meant, but it still threw me off. Like,
Well,
Trickster god.
Valrir doesn't count. He's sleeping.
Yeah. Okay.
it doesn't count if you can't leave.
It's normally just Mia. Valor is sleeping. Galespun's apparently here, and now Ushis? Eshes.
Ashes.
Precious. Oh, and Anna's going to look back and say, oh, I've also acquired some of the regents that I need to help your friend with his ailment. Do say, I hope he comes back tonight. Such an interesting mind to study.
Yeah, interesting mind.
Well, nothing, I think.
While you guys are talking to Anna and Anadelia, finally, Reyna, Ariana, and Asu Andrea enter the feast hall. They don't enter through the front doors, but through the back hallway. As they do, everybody in the room goes quiet for a quick second. Ariana just puts up her hand, motioning for everybody to continue. The sound and music returns. Asu Andrea looks like a changed person.
How so?
Almost like she saw a ghost.
Oh, did they give her the talk?
Oh god, did they give her the talk? We'll have to ask.
That's
Also, I'm going to make a daring move right now, kids.
you don't have enough blade.
Yeah, no. But I'm in prime position to do something
I thought
nobody's
the
been
same
able to
thing.
do in the span of these campaigns.
I'm
I'm
scared.
gonna use Divine Sense near Anna Ostel.
Oh.
I said
No
tonight
way.
can only end in disaster.
All right. Go for it.
I mean,
It's only worked once before.
I'm
sorry. I meant roll me a D100.
Oh God,
Yeah.
why do I have to do that? Oh, this is gonna be bad.
Because it's the same reason why Marrow had to roll a D100 when he used when he tried to smell whether or not they were undead before that.
No. Your ranger bullshit goes miles and miles. Divine Sense is like 30 feet. The reason
Right.
we've always claimed that is because it's the it's like registering like 8,000 pings just fucks with your brain.
I'm blaming Red Axe.
Just like having to be 4 Red Axe agents hiding in like the potted plant. You're right.
Like if I register enough pings to go all like haywire right here, that's terrifying.
Oh God. Are
You
we
know,
gonna
unless
have-
size matters.
Do tieflings show up in your divine sense?
I don't know.
I don't think so, because they're considered.
I'm also
humanoid.
not sure exactly how Divine Sense works, because
Can't hear me.
like
Your
I don't know if
senses are overwhelmed. You're not sure what is what, or who is who, or how many of what's are around you. But there is such a overwhelming, swallowing presence of the evil. You are paralyzed for 10 minutes.
Oh no.
Remember
No.
when
all things considered, it's fine.
I mean, don't go on a rampage.
I can still breathe, right?
Yeah, Stradora is going to. The character retreats into his or her mind and becomes paralyzed. The effect ends if the character takes any damage. Stradora is going to just stumble backwards, losing her balance. Kenneth, you can have a free reaction. Well, it's not free. It's going to cost your reaction to try and grab her. Otherwise, Stradora is collapsing.
Is she an amalgamation?
I was
of
muted.
souls?
I was saying, yeah, I'll do that because I see your
All
No,
right.
I think what's throwing me off here is she's worth like 8,000 pings.
There is precedence for people trying to sense Anna when she's been next to them. That said, go ahead and roll me a dexterity check, dexterity saving throw for Kenneth catching Stradora.
Okay.
For anybody
You're happy.
watching, this happened once before the party knew who Anna was. She was in the council chambers when they were debating Ariana's lineage, and a player used a similar ability.
Oh, is that why Lance got all frothed at the mouth?
Yes. Stradora is going to catch you off guard. As she stumbles, you try and grab her, but she is limp on the floor. She stumbles back, then collapses, taking Kenneth down with her. You are both prone. Stradora also looks like she's seen a ghost. Her eyes are completely dilated.
Oh boy.
We will also
Alright,
have to
well-
take
To blame your
those
heavy
check
armor.
I'm going to. Claw's going to go over there and try and help get Stradora up and do a medicine check to unparalyze her.
Okay.
Punch her!
Claws see this? Or.
He's observant. He has a passive 20 perception.
Yeah, and I mean, also it makes a little bit of a fuss as Oro is going to get up from the head table. Asu Andrea standing up too, looking towards this. One by one, eyes are turning. Claw, go ahead and give me a medicine check. You're not going to be the only one trying. You have the help action.
Alright. Advantage?
Go for it. Stradora has retreated into her mind. She's not dead. She's not dead. She's not hurt. She's in shock.
Yeah, I'm trying to pull her out of shock, like, trying to see if I can use anything like my herbalism kit to try and, bring her back, like, make her come to.
Yeah, I mean, she's not gone. Like, she's
Right.
there.
Basically, I'm trying to
Where I
end the
need my
paralysis.
waifu. My waifu would probably just slap me right now.
Mechalor can peck out an eyeball.
Alright. Claw's just gonna go, what's a shot? Smacks her.
Is that a good idea?
You're
Too late.
I'm gonna say there used to be something called flat-footed AC. I'm gonna say you have to beat Stradora's AC minus her dexterity. Roll me an attack roll. Stradora's prone. You have advantage.
Alright. Yeah, I'm just gonna roll a d20 because plus 1. No, plus 0 because I'm not having any strength.
This
and
is
I'm not
the
a monk.
Ardorian heal check.
You're proficient with hands.
Oh, I am? Okay. So plus 2. I accidentally rolled
it's-
3.
yeah,
I got
you
a
roll-
3.
Yeah, 13 versus Stradora's AC without.
Minus my dex?
Yeah, without your dex.
Well, so my dex doesn't use my ace because I'm in heavy armor.
Okay, what's your AC?
16.
All right, yeah, you slap Stradora across the face, but I mean, that's a tickle. At which point somebody's going to pull you off and say, "She's in shock. Let's take her to the servants' quarters and get her a bed."
Yep.
A couple of people are going to gather around. Servants coming to help Stradora. Oh, she does have a room. Yeah.
I do.
I'll
I'll let them know she has a room.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they'll start taking her there. I'm going to say Stradora only gets halfway to her room before her senses start settling back in. Like the frag grenade is done, and it's just like, oh my gosh, what was that? And we'll come back to Stradora in just a few mementos. I think that's everything I wanted to cover in the feast hall before I jump over to Lamilia. Was there anything anybody else wanted to do in the feast hall before I jump to Lamilia?
I just wanted to talk to Kenneth real quick.
You were able to do so.
Kenneth, what the hell just happened?
I don't know. She was just standing there. She had a weird look in her eye, and then she fell. Oh, she's heavy too.
wait.
Probably that.
Hmm. Can I make a history check to see if this might be linked to an overwhelming of senses for sensing something? Because I'm sure Claw would know that his dad can sense things and can go a little crazy if there's too many nearby.
Dr. Dog Jr.
I'm going to say no on that. as far as that front, but I will say Claw's able to put one and one together, and she definitely saw something, and she definitely is something sent her into shock, and she definitely is of the holy persuasion.
Alright. Yeah, okay. Right. If that's the case.
I'm gonna go after them to check on her.
Okay, I was actually just going to say at this point is about when Stradora is coming to. Stradora, just real quick so I can properly place you. You are halfway to your quarters, being led through the halls through a stairwell, or towards a stairwell. You're not. You're going through the central rise, and the servants essentially carrying you. You're able to walk on your own, and they're going to say, "Take it easy, princess."
Did I retain any of the specifics from the divine sense, or was it just this immediate
No, you didn't retain any of the specifics of who's who or what's what. There's just such overwhelming evil in you that it just overwhelmed you.
Okay.
Don't lose any of your memory, though.
Well, yeah, but I mean, it was just more the so it was more, would I be making assumptions, or would I be now that I'm back, I can be like, oh god, that's why. I would be making.
Yeah.
I would be making guesses.
As you're coming to in this hall and, picking your own self up, Alexander's footsteps echo down the hall as you see your companion coming towards you.
Claw would be moving up as well.
Okay. You guys are all together. Was there anything you wanted to say, or is it cool if I jump?
Yeah.
All right.
Are you okay?
I'm fine.
Sensory overload or something?
Down, you want to go?
I'm fine.
All right.
We'll walk back with you to the table if you want to come out, so that way, if anything else happens, we'll be there for you to do it.
I don't need an escort.
Yeah, well, you're getting one anyway, Stradora.
Best friend squad. So does Stradora rejoin the feast?
Yeah.
Alright. Let's jump over to Lumilia. There's some other stuff I wanted to handle with the feast, but I don't want to go too long. Can everybody afford me 15 more minutes?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Thank you. Lumilia, are you there?
Where else would I be? I'm in the room with you.
I know, but there's a huge wall between us. Alright, so Lumilia is going to the going through the hall. Oh god, I just heard her get up. That's so terrifying. I can't see anything she's doing behind me. Okay, fair. Alright.
Planning how to kill you.
Lumilia weaves their way. Let's go back to the palace layout. All right, Lumilia weaves her way from the feast hall into the servants' quarters where all of the supplies and everything are kept, and eventually to the kitchen. There is the scrumptious smell of food here. Although the kitchen itself seems pretty empty as far as people walking or moving about through it.
Find the head chef.
Okay. Walking further into the kitchen.
Look for the biggest hat. That'll be the head chef.
There is one person standing over a. There's one person standing over a stove, a wood fire stove, tending to a large pot. You can see there's other food here in different areas. A fire oven with some things being baked in it. Whole animals being roasted, a whole array of different chopped and sautéed meat, and large dishes out on the counter. The thing that Lumilia becomes, wait a second. Lumilia's got 12 passive perception. No. You get close to this person cooking. And you're going to very acutely become aware that the mess on the floor and the mess around the kitchen is not scattered like vegetables or tomatoes. It's actually blood. Corwin is going to turn around and say, you're not Oro. Anyways, dear, come help me out. Without all the servants here, all this food's gonna burn. You want to end there, or do you want to keep going?
Let me get this straight. Corwin's just in the kitchen.
She killed everyone in the kitchen, took their place, and then called for Oro. Oh boy. I know what I want to do. I know what Lumilia would do, and I know I will die.
I think that's a good place to end for tonight. Big cliffhanger.
Let's stop there.
All right.
I need time to not go with my gut reaction.
Fuck! Why can't we have one nice banquet with no murder?
It's fine.
Red Axe.
For the record, my instinctual reaction was light her on fire.
Oh, Corwin would not like that.
She's a chef now. She can deal with it.
This is your domain. The kitchens. Wait.
Like,
Hold on.
Chantry of yummy.
Welcome to the Chantry of Yumminess. Time to get cooked.
Where we turn our enemies into meals.
All right, so let's do experience for tonight. Major experience. Oswandria has some influence over the Shattered. It is confirmed. I am also going to give you guys, that's major experience. Rather than give you 2 ticks of major experience I'm going to give you guys minor experience for Alexander's personal story. His mom feels better. Let's see. I'm going to give you guys minor experience for Anderson's personal story too. And that his family is supporting the Nyatans for the Nakard Alliance. Because Kyrus doesn't just do what other people tell him to. He's his own person, kind of.
Right. He listens to what his 2 advisors tell him.
Let's see. What else major happened tonight? Oh,
He's got a
Mechalord.
pet.
Yeah. Everybody kept saying, like, oh, Asurandria is gonna kill us. Asurandria's like, Asurandria is gonna replace you. Wait, no, give me my friends back. This was a mistake.
Like, I have a new friend. Oh no! That was like a monkey's paw situation.
Yeah, very much.
Anything else major happened tonight? Major or minor?
I would say minor-wise.
Oh yeah, Corwin. I'll give you guys major experience if you guys can put together why she's there or what's going on.
I guess it's to assassinate Oro and probably try to take Anadelia or Asandria while she's here.
Or convince some more women to join her Daughters of Genduai.
Or to sabotage dinner.
Which
All the
could be
above?
the worst. Yeah, worst.
Also, there's a lot of gods involved, and she's from a cult that might be relevant.
Yeah.
Might come to take a shot at
I would also state maybe minor experience for Stradora for her going into paralysis from divine sensing nearby Anna.
Yeah, I'll give minor experience for that.
I
I'm
now know
going-
what Father A knew, and I will do the same thing he did and ignore it.
Maria getting engaged.
Maria did get engaged. I am going to say this on stream because it's a plot point that's never going to get addressed. And I just feel like this is one of the interesting behind the scenes thing. Maria got a sending from Corwin, which was tell Oro I'm attacking the kitchen. Which is you tell Oro she's attacking the kitchen, you play straight into her hand. B, like, no, she's just trying to, get them separated. And it's like, I don't know what to do with this. And it's like, Lumilia, can you check if the kitchen's okay? If it's not, just tell me, and I'll take care of it. And Lumilia's like, yeah, I'll check the kitchen's okay. And the kitchen is not okay.
I figured as much, considering earlier you kind of foreshadowed it with, what about Maria? She'll probably get sendings from Corwin as well. I'm just like, she's not wrong, but at the same time,
I had the in-game reaction of like, well, you're not wrong. This is very true, but you have a history of it.
Guys, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna light Corwin on fire.
I
Well,
would
we would know
call
you.
for help first.
to see a spell duel between Lumilia and Corwin as they both try and stop all of the food from burning because it's the more important thing.
I know I'm gonna die, but I can't think of anything else Lumilia would do in that situation. I have not gotten to explore the depths of hatred that Lumilia has for Corwin.
Ooh, she's
I'm sorry.
man, I can't wait for you to roll the death saving roll.
Yeah, I'll
No,
try and
wait.
scream quickly.
I'm concerned that Maria just accepted the proposal with.
No, that Weston just accepted it. All of a
Yeah,
sudden.
Weston just accepted. And also, and then
Deal with him
Weston.
later.
So let's see, we've got 2 ticks of major experience and 3 ticks of minor.
Oh my
Did I
god, are
count
we
that
finally gonna level
right?
up?
Let's see. I'm counting 1,150 experience.
Yes, that's enough to level up.
1,050. Oh, and then we would lose the milestones, correct?
Yes, the milestones reset. I'm
So
going to
it's
say
1,000
since you
what?
guys just got a short rest, you can have the effects of your level up.
Oh.
Your spell slots and everything don't reset, but if you gain new spell slots, you have access to those. Just because
How much XP was it?
1,100 or 1,050.
I punch with magic now.
Hey,
I can now use my snake to spy.
You can time strike.
do you guys want inspiration? I feel like the roleplay was so good all around tonight that I'd be willing to award extra EXP just to everyone instead of inspiration.
No, do inspiration.
Okay, I have to pick my favorite moments. I
I think everyone got a good one tonight.
Yeah,
I would say it
I
was
really
pretty-
like.
Well, that's why he's
all
offering the
around.
extra XP. But I'm going to undermine Jackal's single-minded determination to level up.
I got my level up. You can have your inspiration.
I'm a huge fan of Jackal's like coming to terms with his like father's decisions. I'm a huge fan of Milia and the bird.
I wouldn't say
I'm
really
just like,
came
I
to
never
terms,
wanted
just
this.
like
I'm a huge
doesn't
fan of
really wanna-
Stradora and the bird. I'm a huge fan of Alexander roleplay with Reyna and his mom. Same thing with Claw.
I mean, if you really can't come to terms with it, you can just do XP.
You know
Wait.
what? I'm gonna give inspiration to Kenneth tonight. Who's just
What?
like these crazy people did not stop anyone.
No.
To
I'm like,
like,
no, I wanna see
What
what
could I have
let's
been
go.
stopped from doing? Stop from befriending that bird and making it a part of
Same.
my unofficial Sunyith order? Stop me
Same.
from divine sensing? He didn't know that was coming.
No, I
Yeah.
didn't. But everything at this point is just, no, I want to see where this goes.
I'm gonna give inspiration to Kenneth, and I'm gonna give inspiration to Lumilia. Partly because Lumilia will likely need it, and also I've really enjoyed the moments between her and Freen.
Freen.
Alright, I will roll for Kenneth first and then Lumilia. I felt like Kenneth stuck in character for the most of this, of just like, as a player, there are lots of opportunities of just like, guys, but I don't know, Kenneth feels like very chaotic neutral.
Chaotic good.
I'm also
I
a
just
big
looked at
fan.
my sheet again and saw that one of my flaws is I panic easily when surprised. I'm gonna light Corwin on fire.
Alright, Kenneth, you can
Hey guys.
impose.
I'm
Okay.
heading out. Have a
Enjoy
good
your night, Anthony. So Kenneth, you can impose disadvantage on one roll. Then Lumilia, you get the prayer of guidance. I'm pretty sure you're affected by guidance on one roll that stacks with if you have advantage or lucky or whatever.
Woo! I finally got my ASI.
Okay, so you 1050 experience, and your next session is going to be on
June 20th.
the 20th. Is everybody able to make that?
As long as my parents don't make any plans on that day, yes.
Nice.
I actually don't know because I'm going to the cabin on the 13th, and I'm supposed to come back the 20th, but I don't know what time we're coming back.
Okay, just keep me informed, and I'll try and be conscious of your guys' schedules. All right.
We're level 5 now, yeah?
Yes.
Yes.
Cool, thank you.
Thank you,
So I
everybody,
don't
for
actually
showing up. And I'm
know
going to end
if
the